What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm gonna try to make this sound natural as humanly possible. I don't want to really make it sound like I'm this played up kind of person, and you know that's just something I learned over the years to have that studio voice. But other than that, I want to talk a little bit about COD Ghost. And people have asked me about it. People ask me about it all the time. Are you excited for COD Ghost? How good's COD Ghost going to be? And I can tell you from experience. Well, I can tell you from the experience. Oh, what the hell? Oh, I hate that bullshit right there. Don't you hate when you get kills like that? I mean, I guess the bullets I shot at him had like vitamins and minerals in it or some shit, because whatever I did to him made his accuracy better. He weren't hitting shit until I started shooting him. But time for a little bit of sniper wings. But COD Ghost in general. Wings, is COD Ghost going to be good? Are you excited for COD Ghost? Or blah, 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 blah. Do you think COD Ghost is going to be the end of the series? I'm going to kind of address all these questions. COD Ghost, I doubt, will be the end of the series. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be starting to decline. But I still think you got 2, maybe 3 more entries in the series before it slows down. I don't think the series ever is going to... I don't think the series is going to end in the next 10 years. Reason being is, even if it slows down, it's still a profitable game. It makes billions of dollars. I mean, that's like saying that you're going to slow down you'll quit your job because you make, let's say you were making 10,000 and all of a sudden you're making 7, and then every other job in the world is only going to pay you something like 2,100. No, you're going to take that job, you're going to keep it, and they know you're going to keep it, and they know you're going to buy it. And people like the environment. People love the Call of Duty environment. And people grow out of it, people get old, and I think the YouTube community, I think we as a generation are kind of like the baby boomers. We are growing out of Call of Duty as YouTube as a whole. I mean, I don't think it's going to die on YouTube anywhere. I think YouTube Call of Duty has 2 or 3 good years left in it. But I don't think that my personal channel has 2 or 3 good years of Call of Duty left in it. But I do think the Call of Duty community has 2 or 3 good years. Just like new shows come by and new music artists take over. Aerosmith today isn't as big as Aerosmith was back in like the 80s. And that's because new musicians come out. New people get things, new trends happen. People want something different, want something fresh. And different people come out and they offer that. Just that. New and fresh. Everything has a shelf life. Even The Simpsons. Even The Simpsons has a shelf life. Eventually people will get tired of watching The Simpsons. Might not be in my lifetime, but it will eventually happen. I think it's already at that point because The Simpsons, pretty much to me are just like a old mascot from the Fox network, and they keep it on just for that reason alone. But why do I think COD Ghost is going to be on the decline? Well, one, they don't innovate enough. They make huge changes every year, and they try to make the COD game better. Do I feel like Black Ops 2 is better than COD 4? Yes, yeah, I do. Do I think it's more fun to play? No, I don't. I think the simplistic aspect of COD 4 made it more fun to play. And it was wildly different than everything else that you could play on the market at the time. But if you compared like this game to Modern Warfare Call of Duty 4, and you had 2 people that were unbiased to Call of Duty play it back to back, Black Ops 2 would win every time. Strictly because it's got more features, it's got more guns, it flows better, it's a faster paced game than Call of Duty 4. And that's what they're doing. They're going to that demographic. They're not trying to handpick and tier every Call of Duty to each other, and thus it kind of alienates the people that want to play the game or have played the game for a long time, who fell in love with Call of Duty 4 and World at War style gameplay, and now it's slowly moved into this ADHD. I can't sit still. I have a 3-minute, attention span kind of game, and it is what it is. I still enjoy Call of Duty from time to time. I enjoy playing Call of Duty from time to time. It's by no means a horrible game. If it was a horrible game and it was wretched and I never wanted to play it at all, I would never buy it. I mean, it's just that honest. Like, for example, I don't like Grand Theft Auto 5 that much, so I have like 40 achievement points on it. But I have Skyrim back in my Xbox, and that kind of says something. I'm one of those people that can't force themselves to do something they don't like. And even though I'm going to have to do it up here in the next month in Kyle's house. But I hope you guys found... I hope I kind of portrayed what I was actually aiming to portray and what I think about COD Ghost. I think it's going to start the decline of Call of Duty, but I don't think it's the end. There's the wreck right there. Hey, what do you think about it?
Why?
What do you think about the wreck?
Scared me.
Scared you?
Yeah.
She lives right down the road. Is what she said. Y'all still have a telephone?
Huh?
Y'all still got a telephone?
No cable, no telephone.
He ain't got nobody with him.
This is what could happen.
Stop and give her a card.
Yeah. I didn't want to.
Looks like some Jesus walks over here. Look at this. Sorry about this, guys. I'm freehanding everything here. So apparently, this car, if I can find it, that one right there, hit this car in the back passenger's rear side, behind the passenger door, on the passenger side, and it spun it around, and it where it went. Now it's the long game of let's ride the clock on the county dime as long as we humanly can, while we wait for a wrecker, which is like right there. So Waltons, what do y'all think about it?
They come turn your cable back on.
I think it's that girl.
Turn your cable out?
Yeah.
Anybody here see what happened?
No, I heard it.
No, we heard who's in the house already.
Well, it's obvious who's at fault.
Yeah.
The car that's in the ditch.
Yep.
My question is, how do you hit that car, stay on the road and hit the tree?
That's what I said. She jumped in it so you can see the tire mark in the ditch over there.
Well, she hit the tree pretty good, unless that comes from when she
I'm just saying, like, kinetic energy is a bitch. He might have been trying. Was he pulling out?
No, pulling in.
pulling in here, Jordy.
He told me, Jordan.
I think he was coming from that.
He was in the park. He was coming from this way and taking a left in there. And she hit
His
him.
blinker's light on.
So the purple van never slowed down, huh?
Nope. They hit it hard, too.
Not until it hit that tree, then it stopped. They tore down my phone line. You seen my cable line down there?
Phone's
shoot.
working.
The cable's all messed up.
I don't know. The only way it can't be his fault is if it was just whipped it right in front of her and she couldn't stop
If I don't catch
and hit
Charlie
her.
now, I won't catch him.
Right.
Where are you going to, Eric?
Oh, Jordy, I wanted to ask you something.
Who wants to go up to the man and say, don't worry, you got insurance? Now, wouldn't it be a trip the insurance salesman not have insurance?
Yeah.
I'm not hurting right there.
Oh, you hurting too, Grandma?
Yeah, I got whiplash too.
Who else wants to get on the check bandwagon? Eric, you hurt?
So bad I jumped up off the
You got some
couch.
emotional distress?
Jordy, I was like, I hope I did get up to show you
The
that.
Flemings came down here. Flemings are all the way.
Oh, she just stopped, came in, got some flip-flops. So Eric, what do you feel about
Drinking and driving.
drinking and driving?
Doesn't pay.
Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the SATCOM on Call of Duty Ghost. It is the replacement for the UAV kill streak, and it has some minor changes that I'm going to go over today in this video. You might ask yourself, Wings, well, how can you change UAV up? How's the UAV going to be changed? Well, the UAV is actually very complex in this game, more so than the previous games. Generally, UAVs are just standard things. For those of you who don't play the series or are unfamiliar with the series itself, or maybe looking for information about the series, UAVs traditionally are a 3-kill streak. They pretty much give you a small insight to where the enemy teams are in small radar pings. UAVs, the more you get, the faster the radar pings, and that's pretty much it. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, they added the ability for the UAV to turn into an advanced UAV if you had 3 or more UAVs up at any given time. So what they basically did with the UAV is they took it out of the sky. It's no longer a UAV, it's a SATCOM, which is a small deployable device that you put onto the map, and you pretty much have to hide from the enemy. That gives you a little bit of insight. The biggest change about the SATCOM is the first one. When you sit the SATCOM down, No longer does it give you the entire field of view like the normal 3 kill streak UAV gives you. Now it gives you what you call eyes on enemies. Enemy players within the line of sight of you or your teammates will show up on the minimap. So anybody that your teammates will see or do see will show up on the minimap. I feel like this isn't going to help me that much. They'll give you so essentially the first UAV just gives you a general idea where the enemies are at, because enemies within the line of sight of your players generally don't have too long of a lifespan left ahead of them, so that dot is pretty much worthless to me. But let's go home and go on to the other rewards for the UAV. If you have 2 SATCOMs active, maybe you have teams, it turns into the traditional UAV, 3 traditional UAV sweep, and 4 it turns into the advanced UAV again. So basically they've nerfed the UAV itself. What does this make me feel about in the game? Well, a game that's so heavily based on stealth perks. Modern Warfare 3, one of the big annoyances in Modern Warfare 3 was the Assassin perk. The Assassin perk was an end-all be-all, one and all. It was the most impressive perk you could get. Like, for the most bang for your buck, Assassin did more than any other perk in the game. It kept you off radar, it kept you off thermal. Pretty much anything that Assassin could do, stealth-based wise, it did do. And it was a pretty convenient 1 slot, everything stealth kill. Well, it kind of made the game frustrating in a way, because the UAV to me is the core of why Call of Duty succeeds. It allows people to find enemies fast. You are constantly knowing about where they're at, and if you're doing bad, you don't get the UAV. Call of Duty is a game where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and it's a game that can escalate quickly in the rich's favor once the kill streaks start rolling. How many times have you been in that game with that guy who you think that you're better than, but he happens to get that blackbird and he goes on a rolling blackbird spree? Same effect here. It probably isn't the fairest way, but it is one of the funnest ways to play Call of Duty. So what I'm worried about here is how much is it going to slow the game down. I'm all for slowing games down. I'm for slowing games down in mechanics wise, and not because you can't find enemies wise. I feel like this game is going to be more of a camper heaven in the way of, they've already said they're slowing the character down from Black Ops 2. They nerfed the UAV. They took the Blackbird out. The SATCOM is going to be much easier to find and destroy since you have to put them on the ground. Somebody with like an engineer perk or a perk equivalent of engineer and ghost will most likely be able to see them and be able to take them out since you have to put them on the ground themselves. And I feel like it's going to be a real holocaust for UAVs in this game. But keep in mind there's a UAV perk called Wiretap, which allows you to attach into the enemy UAVs. Which this is cool for like a situation where the enemy team is the equal power of you or beating you. But if you're in like a regular domination team with 3 or 4 guys, the other team won't get very many UAVs, and they'll be able to destroy yours very easily. And it also comes to the idea, will like an EMP grenade be able to destroy SATCOMs? If that's the case, it's going to be very annoying, especially if they don't try to change the EMP at all. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. If you've liked this video, please take your time to rate it. It helps me out. And share it with your friends. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Mighty 5000. Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you some more Battlefield 4. Well, I guess I'm not bringing you some more. This is the first Battlefield 4 video I put up. This is the open beta. The open beta is exclusive to certain people and people that bought Medal of Honor Warfighter and people who own Battlefield Premium. You get the beta access to the beta 3 days early. You will be able to play this October 4th. You can download it on the PlayStation Network, the Origins on your computer, or the Xbox Live. It'll be open for everybody. You should come, have fun, have a ball. It's a blast. Let's go ahead and talk about the game. First impressions of the game. I've played probably about 6 hours on my first playthrough, and I live streamed a little bit of it, but it wasn't my finest moments. And one of the things I found out is I really don't like domination. Domination just does not fit on Battlefield. The Battlefield is a shooter. It is a great shooter. It's super fun, but it does not lend itself to fast-paced gameplay. And when you put a fast-paced gameplay scenario into the Battlefield area, it kind of hinders it. Mainly because I just don't find the characters move fluently enough to basically make you feel like you're really good at a fast-paced scenario type game. But when I switched over to Conquest, I felt like I was at home. I felt like I was playing Battlefield again. You have the vehicles, you have the strategy, you have the sandbox, you have everything that I fell in love with Battlefield, 13 years ago was right there, and it was in my pocket. And I feel like they do it better than they did in Battlefield 3. There is some new control mechanics on vehicles and soldiers, and you have to kind of adjust to it. I really like the soldier mechanic a lot better than the vehicle mechanic. So I ended up switching the vehicle back to veteran. So the access, like if you got used to driving in like Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3, it's right there for you. It's very easy to do. One thing, the big upgrade I've noticed that from Battlefield 4 to Battlefield 3 is Battlefield 4 has a tremendous amount of destructible environments versus Battlefield 3, which had very little. Look at that. The entire fucking building comes down. But there's a lot more shit that you can blow up. There's a lot of interactive stuff. The interactive stuff is really cool. And and the stuff that's interactive with is part of the map that makes it actually matters. It's not like a stupid train coming through the map. Or, a loud fucking coming on the edge of the map, just pretty much destroying dead silence users. All the stuff there is like for like a barrier on the bridge. Like there's little barricades that come up on the bridge, and you have to press a button, and it will cut the tanks and the trucks off, and you can guard that button and not allow tanks and trucks in to capture a flag. Part of strategy. Another one, well, obviously other than elevator buttons, another one would be the domination flag itself. On the actual domination map, there's a shutter that's bulletproof that you can lower in that cuts off a huge section of the map from the flank and allows you to protect the C flag easier. Very cool. I really like how they engage, the buttons. I really like how the interactive environments work in this game opposed to, I don't know, previous games of like the Call of Duty series. I feel like it was done right here. What do I not like about Battlefield 4? Alright, Battlefield 4 does have a couple things I don't like about it. One, this is going to be picky. Some people are going to enjoy it, some people are not. And some people are going to like, oh, that's more realistic. But I just find it's not really good a game mechanic. And that would be, every time you drop a magazine, you lose whatever bullets you had left in the magazine. For example, if I have my pistol out, it has 16 rounds. I fire 5 rounds off and kill a guy. I have 11 bullets left. I drop it. I lose all 11 bullets, and it puts a fresh magazine in on top of it. Same thing here. Say I shoot my magazine of my assault rifle out, and I turn around and load a fresh magazine in, and it puts 30 rounds in. Normally on Battlefield 3, I'd reload again if I had time to get that extra round in there. Well, if I did that, I'd lose 30 bullets. It's realistic in a way, and it kind of increases another management. But that, on top of the way the support kits don't really give out mass ammo anymore. Same thing with the med kits. It kind of sucks. And it kind of sucks because you always run out of ammo, and you got to pretty much vulture or scavenge other people's kits. A couple other things I didn't really dig. I don't like how you can't jump or drop shot. If you jump or drop shot in this game, the gun automatically stops shooting 100%. You could hold the fire down and jump, and it will still. You can't jump or drop while shooting. Again, could be, realistic feature, but like I said, realism in video games, they kind of go hand in hand, but at the same time you want to make them fun. And I feel like it takes away a tool or element from a player that could give you the advantage over another player, and it's just like a lame attempt to kind of balance it. Other than that, fun game. Conquest is great. I really do enjoy Conquest. If you put this bait in, you find you don't like domination, try Conquest before you write it off. It is a lot more fun. That's the least in my opinion. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. What do you think about Battlefield 4? Are you excited for it? I wonder what the Battlefield 4 looks like on the next gen consoles, because this is one of those games that's going to be on both consoles at the same time. But this is obviously the 360 version. Peace, people. wish I could sing and maybe even play guitar. I don't know, guys. I was sitting there thinking, let me just turn this light on. Production quality. Now that light back there is really fucking bright. Let's go ahead. Yay, it's still fucking bright. All right. As you can tell, this is a very unprofessional vlog. But I just wanted to go and talk about a couple things, and mainly about the trip I got coming up in 8 days here. And I'm very excited about it. I mean, I don't know why people think I want to back out of it. Dude, I love driving. I love road trips. I love meeting new people. It's a win-win in my situation. Look at that damn arm. But, I used to... I don't know if you can tell this, but I used to have this massive fucking forearm. Because I used to work on the melt deck. I mean, like, there's a little bit of fat there, but most of it, it's just solid muscle. It's not jerking off. Ugh. But, yeah, so I used to have Popeye arms. But, I'm really excited about it. I just got off the phone with my buddy Danny. My buddy Danny, believe it or not, I wish I had pictures I could throw on this video, but he at one point weighed like 400 pounds, and then he went to prison. And during prison, he was in prison for I want to say he did 5 years of a 10-year stretch. He might have even done the full 10. I'm not sure. But he went to prison, and that's a story in itself. And hope maybe I'll get him on one day and let him tell the story. But he went into prison at 400 pounds, and he came out at 185 or something like that. And he said he lost every bit of the weight within the first 5 months. So in a 5-month period, he lost, I think he told me on the phone, he lost 156 pounds in 5 months. What's the calculator out on this? How do I find? That's 31.2 pounds a month. Is that right? Yeah, it's 31.2 pounds a month. And but he said he lost 58 pounds the first month. And I'm like, because I was telling him, like, yeah, you know, Kyle wants me to lose 50 pounds, and I don't think that's physically possible. The numbers just don't add up. He goes, yeah, it's possible. I've done it. And he said he ate like a horse. I mean, he ate as good as he could eat in a prison, and he did it. What he did was he basically walked track. He said he walked something like 10 miles a day. They would let him out in the yard for like an hour during the day, and he would spend the entire hour just walking around this huge area and listening to a Walkman, he said. And that's what he did. He just walked and lifted weights during his free time, and he lost all his weight. And he put a bet on me. His bet was I'd lose 25 pounds in the first week if I stuck to it. And like, that would be great. That would be great. I mean, I still think that's shooting for the stars. Me personally, what I'm expecting to lose, if I stick to the regimen the entire time, I expect to lose 19.5 pounds. I expect to go in there about 440. I expect to come out of it 415, 420, somewhere in that ballpark right there. That's what I'm expecting. If anything else happens, dude, if I would lose like 25 pounds in the first week or 58 pounds in that 1 month period, if I were to go to Kyle's house and come out of it at like 380, dude, that would be magical. I mean, that literally would, if I came out of Kyle's house at like 380. I don't think you guys understand what 380 is. Like, 380 means I don't have clothes that fit me anymore. I haven't been 380 in 10 years. I mean, that means I don't need seatbelt extenders anymore. I never needed, when I was 380, I remember I didn't need seatbelt extenders. All seatbelts could fit me. That means every bit of clothes I have, I would be able to fit, and they would be a little bit too big on me. That means that I'd be able to sit in movie theater seats again. That means I'd be able to wipe my ass without trouble. I mean, like, one of the big things that when you get as big as I am, one of the things you don't really want to talk about, and you do, is like it's hard to wipe your butt. It is, like you literally have to like put your leg on a countertop and like reach back and do it. And like any big person will tell you that this is a problem, and it's an embarrassing problem, and yeah, it is what it is in that department. But dude, that would be life changing to come out of here at 380. And I don't know. I always get teary up when I do these kind of things, because when I start thinking about good things in life, I get excited. When I get excited, I get full of joy. When I get full of joy, I cry. I'm that kind of person. I'm the kind of guy that cries at movie theaters and stuff like that. I mean, the only time I'm an asshole is generally when I'm playing first-person shooters. And, like, people see the bad side of me when I'm playing first-person shooters. I don't know what it is. I'm just viciously competitive in that aspect. And I think a lot of it's, like, I don't like to fail. And, like, I don't like letting people down, especially myself in general. And that's why weight's always been the sentimental thing for me. And, yeah. I can promise this. As long as Kyle doesn't back down, and as long as I can do it, I will do it. There was there's a montage on YouTube, and it's not like a Call of Duty montage. It's a weightlifting montage. It's a motivational speech, to be honest, and it talks about how great athletes manage time more than anything else, because they know the time that they're given is short, because there's always going to be somebody out there that's greater than them. So they know how to manage their time and to push themselves. And like, something always clicks with me in that montage, and that click with me is there's this guy, he's this big old black guy, and he has these weights on the floor, and he's like, picks these weights up. He does them like 5 times. And you're like, oh, only 5 times? But this had to be like 600 or 700 pounds. He's like, oh. And as soon as he gets done with them, the first thing he does is goes to his hands and knees and lays on his belly. Like, it literally, he used everything he had to pick those things up 5 times. And when I try to work out, or like even doing sit-ups, I always tried to push myself over that edge. Even walking, I always tried to push myself over that edge, because I forgot what they call it. Like, runners try to get it. It's like walking a mile doesn't get me exhausted. It doesn't. Walking a mile hurts more than it gets me exhausted. Like, I'm not even winded after walking a mile. Like, constitutional wise, I can do it, but my muscles can't, if that makes sense. Like, after a mile walking, my muscles are giving up, not my stamina. And that's what I got to work on. And I will push them. I will. I mean, that's why I force myself to do those kind of things. And, you know, I know the drive is there, and I just got to find a motivational outlet to tap into it. Why did I get 5 million gold in Diablo 3? I know this is off the wall. Because I wanted people to be impressed with it. Every time I was working on that 5 million gold achievement, the only thing I had in my mind was being able to show off that Gyazo link of me mastering Diablo 3, 45 out of 45 achievements on Facebook. And like 14 people seen it. I think 14 people commented on it. I think 7,000 people seen it or something. But somewhere in my mind, I wanted those 14,000 people to see it. And it made me feel good. And I hope this month right here comes out of it. There's 2 things I want to come out this month. Well, 3 things. Weight loss will be great. That's the given. I would like a new lease on life. And I'd like the Braves to go to the World Series, because that happens this month too. And I'll be 2 hours outside of Atlanta, and I'll be wanting to go. If the Braves make it to the World Series, I'll be wanting to go to at least one game, just to say I did it, because this might be the last. if they go to the series this time, it could be the last time they go to the series in 100 years. Look at the Cubs. But yeah, I just wanted to do an update on where I'm at with that. A lot of people want to hear about it. There's not much to tell. But YouTube, dude, motivational speakers. I'll see you guys in a little bit. See you on the battlefield.
We have taken objective Alpha.
been set.
We have taken objective Charlie.
I just set the C4. I see you.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized. Objective Alpha is now ours.
Spotted a hostile soldier.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about the government shutdown and what my opinions on it, how I think about it in general light. It's a quick video because my answer is really quick and it is kind of stupid. It's not really kind of stupid, but my answer is really quick about it. For those of you who don't know what a government shutdown is or why we're in a government shutdown, essentially the government is split up into two parties. There's the Republicans and the Democrats. Well, the Democrats are all for a thing called the Affordable Health Care Act, aka Obamacare, whereas a few of the Republicans are not. So the Republicans, to basically protest the Affordable Health Care Act, used a different thing called the budget. September 30th every year, they redo the budget for the upcoming year, and this budget allows people to get paid, and it allows organizations such as WIC, food stamps, welfare, and any kind of government-based job, like somebody that works as a forest ranger or maybe that works as like a guard at Fort Sumter, will get paid that year from the budget they allot for those projects. When they do not do this budget, or they don't have an agreement to this budget, they have to do what you call a government shutdown. This means that nobody can get paid, and they pretty much have to stop the paychecks on everything. But guess whose paychecks doesn't get stopped? That's right, lawmakers, senates, and politicians. Obama is still getting paid today, whereas 800,000 people are not getting paid today. I don't know about you, but I don't live in this fantasy world where everybody is rich and everybody has disposable income. Even people that are middle or upper middle class pretty much live at their means, because people naturally are creatures of habit, they're creatures of wanting, and they're creatures of I need this right now. Look at the new iPhone 5S. Pretty much anybody that's bought a 5S doesn't need one. The iPhone 5 does everything the 5S does and does it pretty capable. What does the 5S do differently? It takes better pictures and it's a little bit faster. But that's a good example of people that want it right now. So when you take a person's paycheck away from them a week, it's enough to send them into a year's worth of problems, neglect, and landslide. Not trying to say that, they don't deserve it. I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm trying to say that they don't deserve to have their job taken away from them, even if they're mismanaging their money. Because somebody doesn't want to, because somebody in the basically elected officials that were put in office by us are shitting you because they want a little bit kickback from big pharmaceutical or, you know, medical insurance places to try to avoid Obamacare. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Obamacare. I'm not. You know, punishing people for not carrying health insurance, you know, that's their own prerogative. I mean, I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen the prices go down. All I've heard is prices increased and raised. But you know what? That could be propaganda from the same people that put us in this lockout. And I think it is dumb. If you ran a business like they're running our government, we would be bankrupt right now. It's just like Social Security. The idea of Social Security was that everybody pays into it. They put it in an interest-bearing account, and when you want it back toward the end of the year, or when you go retire, which I think it was 65, and now they want to put it to like 67 or something. I think they might have did put it to 67. They won't change it to 69. But when you retire, you will get your money back as a kind of a way of guaranteeing everybody have some sort of retirement as long as they live the American dream. And they basically dipped into that to spend money elsewhere. Our government is a bunch of people who live off kickbacks that want to make money for themselves and don't care about the human man. And this government fallout, shutting down the doors, is a prime example that nobody in the law offices cares about me or you. That is my opinion on the government fallout and the closing of things, and I think it's stupid. I think we should get rid of every single person in the Senate and start over from scratch. I miss the rains down there. Well, welcome back, guys. It's your boy, Wings of Redemption. So, I opened up a new thing today. I opened up a circle in Google+. And what circle did I open up in Google+? I know a lot of people are asking questions like, oh my god, they got sent a special thing. What I did is I took the top 100 people that have the most likes, views, and time watching my video through the new community tab in the game itself, and I sent them a friendly Google+ circle. This allows them to have access to send me emails, messages, whenever they feel like or want. It lets me know when they comment on videos and what videos they want to comment on in itself. So if you're a hardcore fan, you're in this top 100. So if you got an invite yesterday from Google+, from Wings of Redemption, you're in the top 100. So yes, you are the bomb. So you are the guys that keep coming back time and time again, and I thank you for it. I wish I could do more for you. I wish I interacted more with fans. I do. I mean, like I'm one of the people that claim I play a lot with fans, and I do. But I play a lot of Call of Duty with fans. I mean, I don't really get a chance to interact with fans on a fun level like I would like to. I had a very good play experience just the other day, for example, with some fans. Well, I won't say they're fans, but because I didn't really ask them if they even watch my videos. But I had a very fun experience from people on Facebook who were playing Diablo 3 with me. Like, I started playing Diablo 3 on the PlayStation 3, mainly because I've got it maxed on Xbox and just wanted something to do. So I started a wizard on hardcore, and we had 2 barbs and a witch doctor, and it was a very fun experience. I had a great time. We played for about 5 hours, and it was to me, it was an enjoyable experience all around. Everybody was from different parts of the world. I think one guy sounded like he was from Belgium, one guy was from Canada, and another guy was from England. But all in all, we meshed well, and we played together, and it was an enjoyable time. Nobody died. Everybody had fun. People have been asking me for the video of my top 25 subscribers. This is where I suck at YouTube. I want to do that video. I just don't know how to do that video. Like, one of the reasons you'll see me not upload videos recently, because if anybody who's followed me for a long period of time knows I like to upload a lot. And the uploading a lot started out as something I wanted to do. I did. Like, when I first started doing it, I uploaded just because I had stuff I wanted to share, had fun. I felt like I could do something that would make a difference in somebody's game style and play. And I enjoyed reading comments. I did. I used to respond to comments so often they would put that stupid blocker on me. You guys know what that blocker is, where you type something and you got to put in the fucking passcode to even let it go through. Hate that motherfucker, dude. But I would just adore it. And I remember the exact moment where I stopped enjoying comments. It was the moment where I had like, I don't know, I had like 2,800 subscribers or something like that. And I made a mistake on a video and called Hutch a bad sniper. And yeah, it was a lot of hate since then. A lot of hate. I mean, that's pretty much where the hate bandwagon started. It is the wrong way to set off a successful YouTube channel, or a YouTube channel with any kind of claims and goals to become anything, or aspirations. So my advice out of this video for you: don't base your YouTube channel on hating other people, because in the long run, it will wear you down. Even though my YouTube channel, I don't feel like it's based off hating other people, I feel like it's took a toll on me for the worse. But if you got an invitation, welcome to the club, buddies. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Audi 5000. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Hey guys, you know why I'm screaming? Mainly because I'm saying hey 4 times in this video you're about to watch. But it's the Halloween again, and you know, I'm thinking about doing the 20 days to Halloween thing again. But also it's also the Fandango and Rock Legend Slash are looking for the ultimate screamer. Do you think you have what it takes? Record yourself on a video just like I did right here, and send it to via Instagram or Twitter to hashtag Fandango Scream Contest or @Fandango, FANDANGO, where you look at right here on the bottom of the link here or in the description itself. On October 31st, they're going to have the ultimate screamer will be announced and will win a free trip to the Haunted Stanley Hotel, aka the inspiration to The Shining. You know, the Jack Nicholson, here's Johnny. And that would be freaking cool. You also get a $500 Visa card, and it's a round trip to Estes Park, Colorado, to go to the Shining Hotel, and that's pretty fucking cool. Check out the video, guys, and I hope to see you at the end of it. Hey guys, just woke up, sitting here in the office, chilling out. I figured I'd go ahead and walk you through a normal Wings of Redemption day, and hopefully you like the Fandango video. My beauty pie scream. What I'm doing right now, it's currently 8:30. I'm texting a girl. I don't know if you can tell what that is. I'm downloading the Battlefield 4 beta on the PlayStation, and I've got my well, that's the Braves form there, but I've got a caught myself. I got a commentary going up talking about my Google Plus thing. If you haven't checked that out, Big A also goes up today. There's my truckie. I hate your pavements, but I love you so much. I love that truckie too. Fuck the Dodge. Hey guys, I guess oh man, I gotta get ready for Kyle's trip, and I gotta do some things on my end to do it. And it's not even more about weight loss at this point. It's about getting strong enough to do whatever Kyle wants to throw at me. And I'm also thinking about cutting my beard off. I mean, like, it looks like crap right now, but yeah. But the way I've been doing it is I've been trying to do 20 minutes on the bike a day. But I can't do 20 minutes all at one roll, so I do them in song intervals. I try to do 2 songs a day. Today, right now, I'm going to do Hoopa Stakes The Reason, which is like 3.5 minutes. Then we'll do Long December, which is closer to 5. So I'll be almost 10 minutes of the bike. So, yeah, let's do this. This right here is the shit that people do in my house. Look. And it's got donuts in it. Why? Why? You know, I hate how Chiller isn't an HD channel. I mean, I really like Chiller as a whole. Like, I like the whole idea of the network. I don't get to watch Chiller that often. But, like, I love horror movies. Like, it's probably my favorite genre. And I'm trying to sit here and talk over the TV. But I love it as a whole. I mean, like, Chiller, get an HD, Playboys. Come on, dude. Just imagine if I did Call of Duty videos in SD at this point. Nobody'd watch that shit. Luckily, you put up good content. Dislike. Thing that she said, you leaving. Days go by so fast. Heavy Chevy, heavy Chevy, heavy Chevy, go Chevys. I guess he's using the welcome mat as like a pillowcase. Chevy! Overlord Chevy! Yeah, I'm redneck. I got a dog named after Chevrolet trucks. Hey, buddy. Hey, fellas. It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I've said hey for like 3 times in this video now. I'm sorry. It's natural to every time I turn the camera on. But this is the talking section of my morning. This has basically been a video of my morning. I want to thank you for watching it. I did play a little bit of video games during it. I played a little bit of the Battlefield 4 beta. It is currently about 1 o'clock now. And I want to go and do a little bit of talking. You know, a lot of things in my life are changing right now, and I don't know if they're good for the good or for the better. I'm hoping I come out as a different person after everything else. I feel like I'm a person that's super competitive, and like that's a flaw in me. And like one of the things I'd like to change in myself is actually going to be my New Year resolution. But you know, what better time to start it now? You know, because I always get on like my mother. My mother, she smokes, and like I'm always like, why don't you quit smoking? And she always makes the agreement with me, and she never comes through with it. You know, she always agrees with me like, if you quit eating, I'll quit smoking. And, you know, I've quit eating a couple times, and she didn't quit smoking. But you know, it sucks in that mannerisms, in that degree. But at the same time, I know addiction is hard to beat, and I know addiction sucks. And it is what it is in that department. I really hope this Kyle thing works out. I do. I mean, like, if nothing else in life works out this year, because 2013 hasn't been the best year for your old boy Jordy. Oh, my New Year's resolution, sorry, I forgot about it. I would really like to start treating situations better. Like, one of my big flaws is, like, I'll alienate people right away, especially when I'm angry. Like, if I'm playing Call of Duty or something along that lines, I will talk shit to them, ban them off Twitch, or, you know, ban them in the comments without giving them 2 thoughts or even trying to think about the context of what they're staying into. I like to call it going styling, but at the same time, it really tears down detrimental effects on like my YouTube channel and things like that. So that is what it is, and I'm hoping to have some positive light here. I mean, I would like to capture the guy on PKA, but at the same time, there's things I do on PKA that kind of bothers me, and I do them subliminally. Like just like last night. I know this video is going to go up before I upload PKA, but like last night, toward the end of it, I basically wanted to brag about my pain threshold. And like, maybe back 5 years ago, I had this super pain threshold, but now I'm not so sure what my pain threshold is. 5 years ago, I had the, you know, thick elephant skin that you couldn't get through, but now, shit, I cry on the drop of a hat. But thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you keep supporting me. Check out Fandango. You can win some really good prizes there. It's a fantastic prize there, and hopefully you guys stay with me. That's gonna be a really fucked up video opening. Alright, I know I don't usually do videos like this, and I'm not very open about liking sports and things like that, and I don't really go out of my way to talk about things, but I've been a lifelong Braves fan most of my life, and I watched a game last night that pretty much made me sick to my stomach. It started out with good propping. We started out with a 2-0 lead, and then quickly Julio Teheran just fucking he gave the Dodgers the game in a nice velvet package. But I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at Julio. It's his first game ever in the playoffs. He's a rookie. You know, he's got good stuff. He had a good season all season. He played well. Even his other guy was another rookie. And you both got roughed up. You had two really strong lineups. We had the most home runs of any team in the year. Braves were, I mean, and the Dodgers are right there with them. You know, they got Adrian Gonzales. You got Yasiel Puig, and you know all these really, really good hitters. And they're expected to score a lot of runs. You have to be an outstanding pitcher not to allow them to score a lot of runs. With that being said, I'm going to play this strictly on Freddie Gonzales. And I'm going to plead with him. Listen to me. I'm going to plead with you. We have to beat Kershaw at this point. Even if we win tonight, we have to beat Kershaw. And with Game 3 losing, Kershaw is going to beat us. If you run that same tired-ass lineup that you ran all the way through September, that losing-ass lineup, you're going to get beaten. Let me tell you how to make some changes here. And tell you why you should make some changes. And let me tell you how to run your pitching staff. You have the best bullpen in baseball. The only bullpen even close to yours is the Pirates. And they're using it perfectionly. Their bullpen shut down the Cardinals. They're up 2-1 on a central winning team. Destroying them. And here we are down 2-1 to the Dodgers. A team we swept the only time we faced them. Swept. The Dodgers are excited. Mattingly, your coach on the other team, he has a reason to win. His reason to win, he has a couple of them. One, if he doesn't win, he's probably out of a job. He doesn't get $1.4 million. He has $1.4 million on the line. So he has to win. So he's going to motivate his team to win. He's going to do what it takes to win. And he's also a much better baseball player than you were. So he knows how to win. He has a better hitting coach. He has a better pitching coach. He has everything better except the players. I feel the Braves have better players than the Dodgers. Both teams are hurt. Both teams are not at 100%. But our starting pitching is a joke right now. Chris Medlin got fucking clocked. Mike Minor did what Mike Minor does. That's why he's the ace of our staff. He went out there, he represented, he got a win. Julio Teheran, clocked. Garcia, you're going to start next game? He's going to get destroyed. So how do you win next game? You get 3, maybe 4 good innings out of Garcia. You take him out. You go right into the bullpen by the 5th inning. Who gives a fuck who gets the win? Who gives a fuck about how many pitching stats? You run the stats where it is. If you have 1 out in the 5th inning and a guy on first base and a left-hander comes up, go to Avalon. Go down there. If you got a right-hander, go to Scotty Downs. You have to play the matchups. This is not full season baseball. This is the postseason. You do not coach it just like you normally do. You are on autopilot, dude. You're not bunting. You're not hitting and run. You're not stealing bases. You're not. All you're waiting for is that fucking long ball. And that long ball has killed us. We lost a 20-game lead in the East because of the long ball. We haven't hit one long ball in the entire fucking series. Don't worry. Don't wait for it. If it happens, it fucking happens. Play small ball. You need to score as often as you humanly can because our pitching staff are going to give up runs. So you need to create runs. And you have to do it better than the Dodgers. The Dodgers have outscored us something like what? We've got 6. We got 1 in the first game, 7, 4, 11. It's something like 24 to 11. Seriously? That's how bad they're beating us? The best bullpen in the fucking baseball? It's ridiculous. Let me tell you some lineup changes. 1, McCann goes to the bench. McCann, I understand he has a good defensive ability. I understand he saves a lot of games, but that motherfucker ain't hit in 2 months. He has not hit one damn baseball in 2 months. Gaddis, on the other hand, is the best batter in our lineup. Put him behind the plate. I don't care if he lacks defense. Put him behind the plate. He's better at catcher than he is at left field. He's a horrible left fielder. You know who you put in left field? You put Jordan Schaefer. You put B.J. Upton. Whoever you're more comfortable with. You put him in left field. You know, you put somebody with some speed. But you got Upton, Hayward, and then Upton again. your outfield's covered. We got a good-ass outfield. Even if B.J. Upton can't get into a rhythm on the plate, there's a lot of players that can't get into rhythms on the plate. You took one guy out, McCann, who can't run worth a shit and who can't hit. Only thing he brings to you is the defense, versus Upton, who can run, who can bunt, and who can play defense really well in the outfield. Is a great trade-off. Second base. I think you fucked up taking Dan Uggla out, perfectly honest. Because with Pasternicki went down, I mean, that sucked. Pasternicki would have been a good replacement for second baseman. And I think you made the right call that Uggla didn't need to be in the lineup at first, but I didn't feel like you had anybody better than Uggla in the ass end of it. The reason being is Pasternicki had a defensive, Pasternicki could bunt, Pasternicki had speed, whereas Elliott Johnson just looks like he's scared. I mean, I'd rather have Uggla there, who can play a little bit better defense than Elliott Johnson, who can run into a ball, be there and batting 8th, versus, Uggla batting somewhere like 5th and just striking out. I feel like Uggla should have went in. He should have batted 8th, just where Elliott Johnson's sitting at. Give some pop in the bottom of your lineup. Because right now our lineup gets, really good toward the top, and as it goes down to the bottom, it's pretty much worthless. Every third inning, you got Elliott Johnson, the pitcher, and Hayward coming up. And by the time Hayward gets there, he's got 2 outs under him almost every goddamn time. And so he pretty much can't do nothing. And then even if Hayward draws a walk, you got Upton coming up with 2 outs, and that's a waste of Upton. You need Upton where you can get some fucking base on balls done. Drop Upton down to 3rd, for Freddie Freeman 4th, and put Gaddis 5th. I mean, reason I put Freddie Freeman over Gaddis, you can probably flip-flop those if you choose. Reason, Freeman is a more consistent hitter. He's a 300 hitter, whereas Gaddis is a 260 hitter. Gaddis has been showing really good confidence, and he's been hitting the Dodgers really well. That's the only reason I'd flip him. But you need Upton in the 3rd slot. You need him on with base runners on. So when he gets hits, and he does get hits, there's going to be runs coming in afterward. Right now, your lineup's stacked up top. It's a joke. But seriously, I don't give a fuck who's up. If Freddie Freeman draws a walk and Gaddis comes up, and you need 1 run, have Gaddis bunt. Seriously, play small ball. Make them think that you make them all the time. Have BJ up and try to bunt for singles. Try to do something. Steal bases. Hit and run. These things that are not happening. I don't know. Even if we win tonight, we're not going to beat Clayton Kershaw in Atlanta. Unless there's some major changes happening. And I just don't see it happening. I see Freddie Gonzales running the same tired lineup he'd run in the first 3 games. We're going to get killed. Probably something like 5-0 tonight or something like that. And 5-0 is being conservative. I feel like Garcia is going to get fucking tore up because the Dodger Stadium is on fire. Every time the Dodgers get a hit, they get amped up. There's like an unlimited supply of energy there, and our guys are just beat down, and they have no faith in their coach. But yeah, that's me, lifelong Atlanta Braves fan. Following Atlanta Braves my entire life. Won 1 World Series back in '95, like 15 million pennants, and it's the reason like bullshit like this. Freddie Gonzales does not know what he's doing. I'm not trying to say I'm any better than like Brian McCann, and I feel bad for talking bad about Brian McCann. He's a great player, but he's not doing great right now. And you gotta play the people that are doing great right now. Play to your team's strength, and don't worry about hurting somebody's feelings. I mean, if this was like July and McCann's in a slump, okay, McCann's in a slump. He's a proven catcher. But this ain't July. This is October. This is where you win or go home. And you're 1 game out of going home. Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to bring you some more World of War gameplay here. It's Wings of Redemption. Thank you guys for continually tuning in and viewing my videos. If you could leave a like rating, that would help me tremendously. It's been a while since I actually took part in my Halloween. And I feel like I need to do a very inventive costume this year. And it's one of those costumes that kind of push the boundaries of everything you want to do in Halloween. And, being a part of the Painkiller Already staff, we know about pushing boundaries. It's what the entire show was based upon. Who to think that we took one of the most wholesome guys in the community and turned him into one of the Painkiller Already hosts. And then I'm referring to Woody's gamer tag. But we took Lefty, another guy that has very, 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 very subtle touches on everything. we turned him into a Painkiller Ready host as well. So me and Kyle have done our job perfectly. But I thought about the ultimate costume. So this is going to be the last year I'm going to be overweight. Well, majorly overweight. So I want to do a costume that has to deal, or kind of highlights my weight in itself. And I thought of the perfect one. What is the perfect costume for your boy Wings of Redemption to do to show off his weight? Fat bastard? Maybe, but it's been done. What's some other fat guys that, you know, I could be Notorious B.I.G. Not black. You know, so that don't really work. So I mean, what else could there be? I mean, the Notorious F.A.T.? I don't know. But I thought of the perfect one. I want to be Uncle Ruckus's self-perception of himself. So Uncle Ruckus, for those of you unaware who it is, he is a black guy from the Boondocks, which is a cartoon shown on Cartoon Network, and you can see season 1 on Netflix if you would really like. And he's a black guy that thinks he's white and he hates black people. So basically he's a fat lefty. I'll put it blunt like that. So he's a racist black guy against black people. And I think and Uncle Ruckus is a trip. So I was trying to think of how I would conceive a costume based off Uncle Ruckus. I would need some type of tape, some type of good clear tape to make the eye open up the entire time. And I would need a wig. I would need a shirt that was too small. And I already got the lips for it. I already have really thick lips. And I already got the ghetto card for it as well. But I feel like this would be a very good costume. I haven't played it out. What do you guys think I could do for an Uncle Ruckus costume? I think that would be a trip. Especially since Halloween's going to take place at Kyle's house. I would so dress up as Uncle Ruckus and just pretend to annoy Kyle. But the only problem is you got to be so PC. Like, I couldn't go directly into character without, like, people getting upset about it. And, like, that kind of sucks, too, because, like, you don't want stuff flagged on racism for YouTube, because that's a big no-no. And, you know, I'm far from a racist person. I mean, I'll push the fucking boundaries, though. I mean, I'll let it slip from time to time. And mainly because I grew up around black people, and that's just the way you talk. You learn how to talk a certain way. I mean, even starting to do YouTube, I had to learn how to talk a different way. If you go back to some of my normal videos up at the front of YouTube, or when I first started YouTube, you'll see I had a much thicker Southern accent. I mean, I think the coolest insult or comment I've ever received was, "George Bush is a beast at Call of Duty." Because I used to sound really, really Southern. I used to have this horrible Southern slang. But as time, you kind of try to take it out. And the reason I tried to take it out was because mainly I didn't want people to think I was an idiot. Generally, when people hear a Southern slang or Southern dialect, they think that you're stupid almost instantly. And I think that's a horrible stereotype to have. That's why I try not to stereotype people in general. Just like one of the stereotypes I always find myself fighting is fat people are lazy and they stink. You know, I might be lazy. You know, I ain't go that could be legitimate. But at the other time, I don't stink. You know, I try to keep stuff clean. I try to keep an area clean to the best of my ability. I don't hoard, and I try to throw shit away. But you know, I don't smell. I try to take good care of myself because I have to. If I didn't take good care of myself, I would have sores. I would have rashes. I would have heat things. I mean, it's very easily for a big dude to get to the point where he's just unpleasant to be around because of different things he does. But that's my idea for a Halloween costume. I hope you guys enjoyed this World at War gameplay. If you could, leave a like rating if you'd like to see more World at War gameplay. And if you have a preferred weapon you would like to see me use in World at War, or any Call of Duty for that matter, let me know. I'll be more than happy to use whatever weapon you want me to use. And it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Outie5000. Hope you guys enjoy it. This is what gameplays used to look like on my channel. Dropping a 40 kill TDM here like it ain't shit. Peace, people. What up, Woadies? Who called it? Who called it? it's your boy Jordan, and I'm back trying to rub some stuff in some people's faces. Haters said, oh, look at this shot. Oh, my Lord, get your head torn up, boy. But I said, boy. But people said I was full of shit and it would never happen, but I called it. I did. And I said that when they put private servers up, they will rent servers. And it sucks, dude. It does. I mean, it's one more thing to hate Call of Duty about. I don't know how well they're going to implement it. And by the way, this game right here is 2-bar beast. Get the own, son. What is your name? Abarox. Kill your friend too. What is it? Give me a gun. Shoot him too. Bye, Smithy. Bye. When there's money to be made, you know, certain people come like sharks in the water. And I seen this shit coming from a mile away. And people are like, why is rentable servers a bad thing, Wings? Well, rentable servers are a bad thing in my opinion because it will make 15 million Nuketown 2025 servers. I know Nuketown 2025 isn't on Call of Duty Ghost, but there's going to be a map equivalent of it. For Modern Warfare 2 it was Rust, for Modern Warfare 4 it was Shipment, for World of War it was Dome, you know, and for Black Ops 1 it was Nuketown. I mean, you keep going. Modern Warfare 3, what was the small map of Modern Warfare 3? Dome again. There's always a map equivalent to it that just is like, ugh. And a lot of it becomes like, what the fuck are these guys doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Oh, aw, sad face. 2-bar beast and got shut down. But don't worry, the puppies are out in large and in charge, and they're going to represent. This gameplay was actually requested to PTRS gameplay. It hasn't been a whole lot of PTRS yet, mainly because it's hard to snipe on 2 bars. But I'm sorry, guys. But I will get you a better PTRS gameplay coming up soon. People wanted to see it. So this is pretty much a TT33 Tokarev gameplay. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of servers on small maps. You're going to see 14 billion tickets. You're going to see all kinds of things. I mean, but honestly, I don't know how they're going to implement the server, so I can't say anything else. I'm only going to judge them based on how most servers that are rentable are implemented. I mean, some games on PC does a really good job for this kind of stuff. Like, for example, DayZ does a really good job of rentable servers because they don't allow, like, 14 billion tickets. They don't allow, you know, to change a whole lot of the options in there. So it's pretty close to what you're going to play while you're playing the game itself. But on the flip side of it, there's Battlefield. Battlefield, you know, rentable servers are horrible. I mean, there's like a few that might be good. For the most part, you're playing fucking Conquest Metro, 15,000 tickets or some bullshit like that, where the game lasts 4.5, 5 hours before the game ends, so people could sit there and spawn trap and spawn trap and spawn trap. And what's going to end up happening with rentable servers is people are going to find a map that the spawn trap is easy on. Like, for example, if Black Ops 1 had rentable servers, the spawn trap would be Havana, and you'd have gameplays coming up where people just drop fucking, I don't know, 600 kill dominations or something like that. Which would, one of the core reasons I enjoyed Call of Duty was, one, it didn't have rentable servers, and two, it had a barometer everybody had to play against, and that's why the stats mean something. But you know, to me, stats mean less and less every year. I mean, like, for example, this year I tried my hardest to hold like a 14-win loss. I did it for like 7 months, and then I gave up. And like within a period of like 2 months, my win-loss fell from 14 to 6 and to like 6.5, somewhere in that ballpark. And you know, because 14 is such a hard number to hold, dude. I mean, you know, disconnects alone could take a 14 away, so you got to constantly win. And I found that I hate playing with a full party. I do. I used to love it, but you know, to me, ideally, the size of a party I want to play with recently is anywhere from 1 to 3. That's the size party I like playing with. Like, I played a live stream the other day, and I pulled in a bunch of people from the live stream, and like, even if the people aren't Magmar, even if the people aren't, you know, Optic Nade Shot, you still have so many people that have such a power position on the other team that they're going to walk in front of you and take your kills. And I didn't see it the first time. I didn't see it to begin with. I didn't see that this was what was holding me back. But a lot of people were holding me back, and my fear of losing were holding me back from getting the gameplays I desire to get. Because I do have a little campy style. I do. I have a style that pretty much waits on other people. I'm an ambush predator. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like the jaguar, sitting in the grass, waiting on that motherfucking monkey. You're like, come on, Mr. Monkey. I'm about to eat your bitch ass. and then some other jaguar comes along and takes my shit. Maybe not a jaguar, a tiger. A tiger comes along and eats my shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That was my monkey. What can you do? What can you do? I can tell you what you can do. You can quit playing with full parties and just start beasting and feasting with like your buddy Stan and Magmar. That's what you can do. I mean, because I have more fun just playing like that. But yeah, runnable servers, they're going to suck. And I'm running out of shit to talk about, and it's like 5 minutes into the video, and the video's like 7 minutes long, so I'm kind of filling it up right now. Oh, man. I love the PTRS. I don't know how many... A lot of you might not have played World of War. You might got into the game way past it. World of War was actually the game I started on. I technically started on Call of Duty 4, but I didn't buy Call of Duty 4 till like after the first map pack had dropped. And I got 10th Prestige, but I got it at the very end of the game. And World at War was the game I actually started to learn how to play COD on. Like, the first COD game that you buy, you don't learn how to play COD. The first COD game you buy, you have like what you call like a Nightingale syndrome, where you pretty much, you just have fun with it. You just, you run around, you shoot, you get kill streaks, you earn your kill streaks, blah, 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 blah. You never really try to put the finesse on it. Eventually, after you play long enough, there's stages. And the stages. The first stage you're going to go through is the sniper stage. Everybody goes through the sniper stage. It's the longest stage of any FPS player's life. I think my sniper stage lasted something like 5 years. After the sniper stage, you start to go through, I actually want to try and get good at this game. I'm not saying that the people that use snipers aren't good, but like, look at Creative Video Guy right there. I mean, he's in his sniper stage. He's not very good at it. He's learning how to snipe, and he's not the best at it right now. So he'll eventually get good at sniping till he can hold a 1 KD considerably. Then he'll go to a 2, and then he'll question like, wonder what I could do with an assault rifle. And then you'll go through the KD stage, where you actually try to play for a good KD. And then after the KD stage, you go for I don't give a fuck stage. And, a lot of people skip the KD stage because they can't hold the good KD. They go straight to I don't give a fuck stage. But 46 and 11 on a 2-bar beastin'. Smithy, I see you, boy. You can't handle me even on a 2-bar, son. It's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Mighty 5000. And I told you runnable servers were going to happen. And motherfuckers said they didn't believe me. What about that now, son? One more time, let's fire up this band. This is Arisaka gameplay, and we're here on We Intense Camping Productions. So let's go and sing the theme of every little hater out there. And it starts a little something like this. It says, good game, you don't need to try again. I own you and your best friend. 2 versus 1 are just in the same. So bring 'em on, you and your cousins. I own people by the dozens. Your best friend's neighbor can join and tell. Gonna rock a motherfucker, gonna beat their ass. Gonna bust the Arisaka on hanging blast. Motherfuckers in their face and shit. Got some canines going on their grace and shit. I don't know. A little fucking impromptu freestyle. We're here on the Arisaka on Hangar, one of my favorite maps. The reason I love Hangar so much is because I'm going to give tips because nobody's going to play this motherfucker. But if you followed my channel about 5.5 years ago, I would have told you that if you sit right there where I was at with the rifle, you can guard both primary spawns with the Hangar. But guess what? It doesn't matter because I don't give a shit and I don't give a fuck. I'm going to be chasing them down with the Arisaka like they done stole some of my money. The cow. The cat's on the prowl. That's why the beard looks nice and slick. I mean, because lions have manes, and I am a lion. I'm going after all the baby buffalo. All the Mr. Monkeys in the tree are coming down to the death of the Arisaka, the Japanese goodness. And look at me, a man of all talents and pursuits. I happen to be the Imperial Army while using my Arisaka. Hoo hoo hoo! Look at that. Bouncing Betties. Who needs that shit? I'm on a 15 kill streak. Let's go get 'em! You know, one thing that always bothers me is they go, let's go Cujo. That is so silly. You know why? How about let's go Ren 1010 or something like that? Because let's go Cujo, I don't know if you remember, Cujo is a book by Stephen King, and it actually came out, and it's about a Saint Bernard named Cujo. They use German Shepherds in Call of Duty, so you can't go, let's go Cujo. Oh, who cares? Let's go Tommy Gun. That's what we're talking about. Get the shit gangster. My Bloody Valentine series. And the reason I just switched out of this was because on this kill streak, I wanted the nuke. I don't even know if I ended up getting it, but like by the time I get up here to the AA guns, I'm like, this is supposed to be an Arisaka gameplay. So I switched back to the Arisaka. And look, oh, there's Mines Frost again. You notice that little bit of hesitation that you get in this game? In this game, there's always that little bit of silence that you get from somebody that gives you that extra second. That lag compensation isn't there. That millisecond, a half a millisecond that you get in this game is what makes it fun. At least it is for me. Because if I would have stepped in front of the guy in Black Ops 2, I would have been dead. Why? Because it had a DSR. The DSR would have shot me in the fucking leg somewhere. Kind of like that, but I got snuck up on with a shotgun. He shot me in the leg or somewhere, or in the thigh, and I would have went down like a sack of potatoes. I would have went down like a broke hooker in the middle of a gentleman's club. I would have went fucking down like a fucking 9 Inch Nail hit song. I don't know, I'm running out of shit to say here. Down innuendos. But this gun works so much better than the ballista, mainly because of the lag compensation. Like, I can't do this with the ballista. I can't. But even then, like, people, oh, you're facing bad players. You're facing bad players. Yes, I am facing bad players right here. But anybody that knows me or has watched my channel in time, I did this shit right here to people when the game was popular. I was a 5 KD player on World at War. I could just push it. I was the alpha male. And, like, there's very few people. I mean, your Uncle Thunder was impressed with my World at War skills. I remember I dropped a 57 kill TDM while playing with Thunder one time with the M1 Garand with no attachments. And he was like, good golly, Miss Molly. And that's with a good player in the team with me. 57 kills. I mean, I was on Macon Night. I know Macon like the back of my hand. I could tell you every spawn. I could tell you where they're going to spawn in Macon. Love World at War. I actually prestiged something like 50 times in World at War. I played the dog shit out of this game. And if you know anything about Wings of Redemption, dog shit plays a huge role in my life. And this thing is dog shit powered. I have twin dog shit turbos going around here, and I'm going to be smacking them with the Arisaka. I think I ended up going something like 33-6 with the Arisaka here. A 5-minute game. And this was by request from earlier. Somebody requested some Arisaka gameplay. Got 5 upvotes. If you want to see another weapon World at War, I can do them all damn day for you. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Make sure you leave a like rating. And as always, beast out, motherfuckers. Beast mode engaged. Oh, I got 2 deaths. My bad. I got 6 assists. Yo, word to your fucking mother. It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm back with a D-Pay 28. Dinner plate 28. So you know a motherfucker about to eat. Right here on Intense Camping Productions. So you know when your boy, he carrying the DP-28, he's serving up a plate full of ass with all the trimmings. And guess who? Push Nicky, Slow-Mo, Slow Mini, I'm sorry. Still stupid ass name. What about this bitch motherfucker right here behind the wall? Yeah, he's dead too. Spurdy85. Everybody's going down to the DP-8 tonight, son. Ass whoopings galore. The DP-28 is one of those rare guns that you can actually just dominate people with because of just the sheer insane amount of ammo. I mean, a lot of people are like, why would you use the machine guns? Machine guns in World of War have this insane bobble on them. They're not very stiff. Where assault rifles are 100% have no sway at all. And sway is something they've introduced, like in Modern Warfare 3. They had tons of sway on every rifle. Versus this had lots of sway, but the DP-28 was pretty much a 2-shot kill weapon with stopping power and had extreme penetration all the way. And it had something like, I want to say 47 bullets in the clip. And it's one of the highest magazined machine guns on the game, which is kind of silly if you think about it or look back on it. Look at it like the MP40 dual mag, which had 64 bullets in it. There's not a machine gun on the game that has 64 bullets, but the submachine gun, it has it. And if you think about it realistically, it's not even a dual mag. It's basically 2 magazines that are taped together that you're supposed to switch out really fast. But they just didn't have that mechanic back in these games. So that was kind of crazy in itself. Why do I like the DP-28 as a weapon? I liked it considerably because it was unlocked very early. And it was almost like a 50 round magazine rifle. The rifles on this game have a horrible magazine. Like the Gewehr has something like 10. The SVT-40 has something like 10. I mean, the first rifle that you get that has any type of magazine, which is 15, is the M1A1. I mean, the Garand has 8, and it has 8 and a slow reload. So why the hell would you ever use the M1 Garand versus something like the Gavera, which has pretty much no recoil and 10 rounds, and it's just a faster reload. Well, the Garand got an advantage of having a quick reload if you use the entire clip, which make it spammable. Also, the Garand had a rifle grenade. Why is a rifle grenade important? Well, in World at War, you had one class that pretty much reigns supreme over everything else, and for those who then play it. And that class itself was the M40 Juggernaut. And to me, I played a lot of Search and Destroy in World at War. The M40 Juggernaut steady aim class, it was right for Pickens to get noob tubed, because if you're willing to run that shitty ass class, I'm willing to noob tube your ass. That's just the way I put it out there. Like, that class was just so overpowering on a lot of levels. I mean, but anybody with like a good rifleman would always beat an M40 Jug. But for the most part, like, it was just an easy class that anybody could use. I mean, obviously. And I'd rifle grenade the shit out of them. You're about to find some justice about to be put down here. Just watch this. I'm about to come up and steal this guy's trench gun. This guy doesn't know how to fucking use his trench gun anyway. But I come out of here. I'm on my 15 kill streak. I got my Tommy gun blazing, son. And I get shot down by the guy in the corner. Like, what's he doing? Trying to take my order? Yeah, I like a double quarter pounder. I don't know. Right here's where I steal this guy's trench gun. Right up here. I actually pre-fired there, trying to wait on this dude. Like, oh, there's that motherfucker right here. And he's got his Jug MP40 on. See it? There's the Jug MP40. You know, bitch motherfuckers even today want to use that Jug MP40. And then there's Slow Mini again. Welcome back, Playboy. Enjoy you a puppy. And he's got a trench gun, so let's use it. Bloom! Love the trench gun. Trench gun, in my opinion, is what shotguns should be like. It's a shotgun. If you're using it well, you're doing well with it. If you're not, you're going to have to two-shot people. Like the 870 on Black Ops 2, I feel it just isn't a gun that motivates somebody to do well. But look at this, like boom, I get this guy, I had to shoot him twice, point blank. It's only got 4 rounds in it, so you gotta conserve your shots. You just can't just go all day. Bloom, kill a Juggernaut one shot with it. Oh, there's that guy. Hey, Slow Mini, I got your gun, baby boy. I got your gun, baby. And then I run out of ammo. Gotta come back here. Need them extended mags. Boom, come back here again. Trench gun galore. The trench gun's the 1897 Winchester, by the way, if you ever want to own one yourself. It's a very fantastic gun. It's a gun I've always wanted to own, the 1897 Winchester. Love the trench gun. Very cool clip right there. I think I killed like 9 people with it going on a rampage. And just going to finish it off with the DP28. Like I said, I really love these World at War videos. If you want to see another weapon, or you want me to do something, just let me know in the comment section. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. That's the 36-3 trench gun / DP28 gameplay. Ass full of plate. I don't know. I fucked up on that. See you guys in a little bit. What up, Playboys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm back, and I'm going to do a little topic here that's kind of fucked up. I mean, it seriously is. Apparently, there's this couple in Denver that have not... They've had 3 children already taken from them, and now they're having, I think, 4 more taken from them at this thing. So they've had 7 children in total taken from them. And I'm like, wow, 7 children taken from you. That must suck. That must have to be a horrible thing to go through. And then on the other side, you look at how they keep their place. There was a video I once watched, and it's by Chris Beats Cancer. It's one of his secondary channels. Chris Beats Cancer is a channel about a guy who beat cancer, obviously. He's not a very big YouTuber, but he has a video where he owns a home, and one of the homes he owns was done by a lady that was very malicious and destructive of herself. I mean, she pretty much lived off of liquor, pizza boxes, liquor, pizza, and TV, from the looks of it. I mean, then the house was a mess. You guys got to look at this house. I think I did a video on it, but actually, I didn't do a video. I did a Facebook post, and I called it The Worst Hoarder Ever. And, like, I've seen the show hoarders, and there's some bad fucking hoarders on the show hoarders. But the show hoarders is filmed so beautifully, if I can say it that way, that it kind of hides the fact of the reality doesn't sink in. But when you see a hoarder on YouTube, like a hoarder house on YouTube, it's fucking terrible. I mean, I'm gonna leave the link to that video in the sub box here. But then there's this house here. This house here is crazy, and I don't know why. I don't know why cats seem to always flock to people that are just straight up nasty. But they basically had 2 apartments, not 1, but 2 apartments. I'm not sure if they were in Section 8 housing or not. It doesn't tell us this. But how the children were found was one of them actually got hurt, and they took it to a free clinic, and it smelled of decomposing animal and cigarette smoke. How the fuck do you smell of decomposing animal and cigarette smoke? Like, that is a concoction. I can only imagine how bad these kids smelled. And it has to be because they don't have working water. It has to. Like, if you look at the video I linked in the description here, you'll see that the woman that lived in this house, she shit in her tub. Like, the toilet didn't work, the bathtub didn't work, and I guess she still had to poop. Instead of going outside and pooping, which is what I would have done, or maybe even going to a public restroom, which is what I would have done, she decides to poop into a tub. I guess I don't know how that comes about. I mean, I'm talking about two different stories at the same time, but I'm trying to think what in my mindset would make me poop in a tub. Maybe I pooped in that tub that night and I thought, man, the water's going to get cut on in 3 hours. But in that spot, I had known I paid the water bill. And in this case, that's not the case. She didn't pay the water bill. But obviously, these children come from the same tooth here, that they didn't have access to a shower of some sort, and they lived in flies. Flies, maggots, roaches, the whole nine. I mean, I remember seeing another video, and this is a news story from a while ago, and it sparks off a whole different topic of conversation. I'm all over the board. But I remember a guy died of a heart attack. He was a big guy. He was probably 600-some pounds. So he was probably almost, it was like me and a half of me. It's like me and another person of me put on top. So 600-some pounds. And he had sat in a chair for like 18 years. Like, literally, he sat in a chair for 18 years. It was a recliner. I guess it was a very well-built recliner. But he had sat in a chair so long that it had woven into... His skin had woven into the fabric of the chair itself, like the skin had grown around it, and they had to cut him out of the chair, and he couldn't get out of the chair. So what he would do is he would pee and poop in the chair, like he had sat in his own shit and poop. And when they pulled him out, when they cut him out of the chair after he had died of a heart attack, there was like maggots and shit living up under him. And, like, he lived in a house like this. And I'm like, how, dude, these people have will to live. I could not do it. If I was in a chair and I knew maggots were up under me, and how much fucking daytime TV can you watch? That's got to be ridiculous. Then there's just parents. I'm going to show a picture. I'm going to put a picture somewhere up in the top of this video. It's probably going to be there most of the video of what these guys look like. One looks like he's scared of work, and the other person looks like they're just dumb. And like the news are portraying these people as monsters, but I don't think these people are actually monsters as much more as they just don't know any better. These guys have to be dumb. They have to have some sort of mental, issue. I'm using the word dumb, but dumb is the word here that I'm looking for. They had to have some kind of mental issue to think that what they're doing is fine. There has to be something wrong. There's some cog that's missing in their mechanism. Because, like, when questioned by the judge on October 8th, Miss Lorinda Bailey, 35, said she doesn't need a lawyer because the house was clean. Bitch. Bitch. When there's flies, your house isn't clean. Flies don't like cleanliness. Maybe if one fly accidentally gets into your house, you're clean. But for the most part, you know what flies like to eat? They like to eat shit. They like to eat garbage. They like to eat poop. And what amazes me is these people actually have like cars. Oh my God, I'm looking at the house right now. But it's ridiculous. I mean, like, these people have access to cars in both cases. Why do you live like this? I would hate to come home to this. It would stress me out to come home to a place that lived in cat shit and filth. I would kill every cat there. I literally would. It's one of those instances where it would be quicker to burn the house down than it would to clean the house itself. I just wanted to point this out there. I want to show you guys these stories. And, like, this is my name on it. Like, what? Some people are just sick in themselves, dude. Like, I understand letting something go. And I've seen the rooms like, this is what a girl's room looks like. And it's kind of messy and got clothes everywhere. But, short of a good 2-hour cleaning, that room's fine. Some people take it way overboard. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Click the links. Hope you find it interesting. What's up, everybody? Your boy Thunder and the only person that plays TDM. Your boy Wings of Redemption. He plays it too. This is a 40 plus kill TDM here for you on Carrier with the M8A1. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But as always, I would like to talk about the Winchester house. It's getting closer to Halloween, and I want to start doing commentaries based off the creepy ass lore and stuff. I tried to do something similar last year with the 20 days of Halloween, or I forgot what I called it, 20 days of paranormal, and it kind of didn't hit off. So I figured I'd just do this one with simple gameplay commentary and just talk about some of the things that are really fucking creepy in this world, or really mentally disastrous. But without further ado, let's talk about the Winchester house. Enter Sarah Lockwood Pardee, daughter of Leonard Pardee. She was married to a man named William Wirt Winchester. Basically, he was one of the sons of the guys who created the Winchester repeating rifle of Winchester firearms that you know today. Now, whoa, a ghost story with Winchester firearms? Yes, my friends, they have a ghost story about Winchester firearms. What it said is that every rifle or every rifle that Winchester made that killed Indian Civil War soldiers and such like that, every spirit that died by a Winchester firearm haunted them. And with the timely death of her brother and her husband, that she felt like she was next and these spirits were ready to take her. But there was a way that she could save herself. And the only way that she could save herself was to create a house that was big enough to house all of the spirits. So she basically was left the house by her husband. It was called the Winchester Estate. It was an 8-bedroom house. It was big. It was 2 or 3 stories. I don't remember the exact stories because I didn't really read that. But it was an 8-bedroom house. And by the time she was finished with it, this 8-bedroom house, which was 2 or 3 stories tall, had turned into a 7-story house that spread across 152 acres. Think about that, 152 acres. Miss Winchester, she was very nice. She would pay servants $3 instead of $1.50. She would be very generous to contributions. She donated to all the schools. She built schools. She pretty much had an unlimited supply of money to build this house. And she was one of the nicest ladies in the community, but she never would show her face. Her face was always veiled by a black veil, like you would see somebody wearing at a funeral, like the widow is supposed to wear a black veil at the funeral. And she would wear this the entire time. If any of her servants caught a glimpse of her face while wearing of her black veil, she would fire them instantly. She ended up passing away on September 5th of 1922 and was buried at Evergreen Cemetery in New Haven, Connecticut, behind her beloved husband. At the time of her death, she issued everything to a Merriman Marriott. It's quite a name right there. And it was said it took 6 trucks, 6 weeks, working 24 hours a day to take all the furniture out of the house after she had died. So it was a pretty fucking big house. The strangest thing about it is she really believed this spirit thing. At every night between midnight and 2 a.m. there was a bell in one of the clock towers of the house that would ring continuously, letting the spirits know they could come and find a place to rest, and she was there for them. It's really creepy, and a lot of people are really fucked up. Just imagine, this is what money makes. I guess if you got killed by a Winchester rifle, you had a nice home in the Winchester estate. Some other strange things about the house. In 1906, an earthquake took it from a 7-story house back down to a 4-story house because it was just structurally too big. And everything is modeled after spider webs in the number 13 inside the house. For example, they imported a nice chandelier, which normally has 12 candles on it. She modified it to have 13 candles. There's 13 wall hooks walking into the door. There's the sink drains covers also have 13 holes in tribute to the house groundskeepers. They've kept 13 groundskeepers on it. And on Friday the 13th, there's always a bell that's rung the entire day. Well, not the entire day, 13 hours, starting at 1 p.m. as a tribute to Miss Winchester. Inside the corners of the house are spider motifs. And the entire house is just very spiritual in that way. The house also comes with a couple of luxuries. Keep in mind this house was built in the 1800s. It had a hot working shower, indoor plumbing. It had 40 bedrooms, 2 ballrooms, 47 fireplaces, 10,000 panes of glass, 17 chimneys, 2 basements, 3 elevators. And, yeah. She went hard. Hard into paint. But that's the Winchester estate. It's kind of creepy. It's a testament of you know, the human mind's mental instability to believe in something that is bigger than themselves. Does it make it right? Who knows? What do you think about the Winchester estate? It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Wings of Redemption. And I'm Audi 5000. 43 and 4, I think I go with this game. Let's see what it says. Oh, can't see it. Yeah, it's 43 and 4. Peace, people. Hey, dudes. My legs today are like LOL no thanks. And it fucking sucks. I fell and had a boo-boo. Chevy. Chevy wanted to be on the camera. Yeah, I fell and had a boo-boo. Glad to see people loaded my trailer up properly. Yeah. I really wish people understood the idea of loading a trailer properly. So guess who gets bitched out? Yee-haw! Yee-haw! The backyard's horrible. And I'm not looking too good myself right now. I need a haircut. And I probably need a beard trim too. But yeah, I've been trying real hard to get myself back in shape for this trip upcoming to Kyle's. Like, I don't want to go up there and just be a broke down, bad back motherfucker. Hey, Chevy. And look what he's doing. He's a pretty boy. I just don't want to do that. So I've been trying to get out there. I walked, I'm gonna guess 5 miles yesterday at Brookgreen Gardens. They have the fall festival down here at Brookgreen Gardens up in Murrells Inlet, which is a gigantic like statue garden, and they had all kinds of fall stuff happening. Oh man, but today, yeah, just like I said earlier in the video, my legs are like LOL no thanks. I stood on my feet from 11 to 5, you know, just walking, standing on your feet. I mean, there's sometimes you got to sit down, but for the most part, walk. And like, I was very proud of myself. I was able to do 2 things that I haven't been able to do in a while. One was I was able to substitute French fries for broccoli, and I was able to go through town without picking up something to eat on my way home. And those are 2 biggies for a guy my size. I mean, they are. Look at Chevy. Look at Chevy. Hey, buddy. What you doing? You want to go camera? But now my feet are bruised. I mean, if you looked at my Facebook page, I put a picture up of showing how bruised my feet are. They're just black and blue, and like the redness has kind of gone down from the not having impact because I went to sleep and stuff like that. And this morning all I did was play some Demolition on Call of Duty. But yeah, very bruised feet. And I'd like to do some walking today, but if you can see out there, look at the clouds. They've pretty much, it's going to rain, so that pretty much is out. So I'm probably going to ride the exercise bike later. One, because it's going to be low impact on my feet, and I'll probably put some really thick socks on to do that. And I don't know, dinner tonight is most likely going to be a Wendy's spicy chicken Caesar. I'm going to take the Caesar dressing off of it and put honey mustard instead because I don't like Caesar dressing. I don't know what lunch is going to be. I got a craving for chicken wings. I mean, like a horrible one. And like, I know if I know I can't have that fried food. That fried food I have to kind of get out of my life. And yeah. Fried food I have to get out of my life, so that's pretty much a no-go. I mean, but if you like chicken wings, I'm gonna tell you something. Food Lion's got the best deal on chicken wings. You can get like 30 chicken wings for like $12 or something like that at Food Lion. That's a great deal. It is. I mean, like, look at a Domino's. You go to Domino's, you get 8 wings for $10. Dead serious. Almost like 8 wings for $10. You can get 30 for $12 at Food Line. Hell, for $35 you can get 12 pounds of chicken tenders. These are fat people secrets. Chevy is licking my butt right now. What are you doing? Hey, buddy. Oop, Chevy. He's just so happy somebody's out here with him. I don't know. I want to walk him today. I'm probably going to walk him tomorrow. Chevy is a bull, but he's been happy. We recently took him off the chain, and he's been able to wander. But we also learned about shit that was out here that probably shouldn't have been out here. Like, he found everything. He found, like, he dug up this, like, this pot. He's found, like, a boot. I mean, like, he even, like, look. He's even moved the old weight set. You a horse, Chevy. You a horse. Oh, love me. Love me. Love me. But I figured I'd go ahead and let you guys in on it. Hopefully going to be another Halloween edition of Call of Duty. I really would like to have those videos look better. I mean, but sadly, I do my best on every video I try to make. I mean, I'm not very good at making videos. All I am is personality. Peace, people. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. And before we get into this video, I'd like to go ahead and throw out today's video is sponsored by Wicked Shrapnel. Yes, that Wickham Shrapnel. So if you want to be a part of the most overpowered gaming, check out the annotation at the top. Matter of fact, check out this video.
Oh my god, this instant heat! And now I am unstoppable! Oh, Say hello to my little friend. Yes!
Hope you guys like it. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Hey fellas, I was going to do this on the big mirror, or the big camera, but it's hard to hold the big camera and do it by yourself. There's me. Looking sexy. But today, we're taking the beard off. Say la vie. Quite strange. I was just thinking about maybe I should like go get people's reactions to what I look like without the beard. I've had a beard. Well, this beard. Going on my grandma and everybody's at her house. I'm gonna go try to get her their opinion. I don't know how good this is gonna look.
There's another devil. David's in church.
God,
Oh, he's look at Jordy. Look at him. What did you do to your face?
He got circumcised.
What did he do? He shaved it.
He's been circumcised.
That is laying all over this thing, ain't it?
No, it's in the front yard.
Who cut it?
I just did.
What in the world, son? Why are you cutting all
Is
your
it
hair
all
off
over my
your
front
face?
porch?
No, I put it in the bushes. Look at it, what about front porch?
Yeah. I knew who had to clean the mess.
Do I look different, Brooke?
One,
Get your ass.
You like a newborn
Where's that
baby.
thing in here?
I ain't that clean shaven.
He done read it out
You
loud.
looks better without that beard to me.
I gotta shave it and clean it up. Like with the beard, I got a lot of like.
I know why you had to clean it up.
Why?
I can't tell you on camera.
Why?
This is nasty.
It's nasty. Go ahead and say it.
You done eat Brandy's cooter yesterday.
No.
Stuck in your beard and you couldn't get the smell out.
Oh, man,
oh,
what is that?
That's why he got his knee hurt. He was on his knees on the carpet. That's carpet burn.
You had to shave it to get
He
that
wasn't
smell.
afraid of neither was he?
No, he was on his knees, son. He hitting that thing bad.
Oh, y'all got the nastiest mind.
Oh, look at his knees. He's got carpet burns.
I know.
What I told you, you got carpet burn.
Look at him. You can tell his carpet burns. George says it's a big old box like this.
I ain't drank 2 beers
They
since
was
I've
walking
been
down the
home.
road. They hit the curving or something else.
We all got our.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. For those of you unaware, I shaved my beard off yesterday. And a lot of people are confused of why I shaved my beard off. And a lot of people are like, where's Fat Lincoln and Beard of Redemption? And it seems to be a concern with a lot of people why I actually trimmed my beard off. And I'm going to go over a couple of the reasons why I did it and what I hope to accomplish with it. First and foremost, I'm looking to change my life. And I looked at shaving the beard off just like somebody shaving their head in the movies. You ever see the movie where somebody just shaves their head off and the hair and try to go into that big training montage? Well, I don't really have hair on the top of my head, and I have my beard. And my beard is there for one reason and one reason only, is to hide the fact that I have a fat chin. And in that resemblance itself, I use my beard as almost like an overcoat. An overcoat to hide the fat rolls, the fat boobs, to hide everything up under me, to try to put a comfort zone, a safety on myself, to make me feel like you can't see my fat because my beard is there. And I used it like that. I used it as a disguise. And taking my beard off was like taking the disguise off of myself. And that was the reason I did it. Because I didn't want to like lie to myself and put myself out there and try to hide behind that moniker that I was so used to. So I did away with the beard itself. I decided to do it at the height of my happiness, because as soon as I shaved the beard off, my very next day was a very good day. I had a video that was well received that I normally would not even do because I felt like it was just too down to depressing and people feel like I always complain, but the video went over spectacularly. I did another video showing that me shaving my beard off, and that one also went over very well. And I was very happy. I got to hang out with my buddy Danny all day and help him move some furniture. That's another happy thought. So far, Wings without the beard has been a happy Wings. And I found a new game that I enjoy very much so, and that's Resident Evil 5. And the fact is, I've played Resident Evil 5 many a times beforehand, but this was the time I actually got into it. It's funny how some games you have to get into to even enjoy. And I got into it this time. There was a little bit of a letdown though. I can't find my copy of Resident Evil 6, and I've been wanting to play Resident Evil 6 again. Both very good games, and if you haven't tried either one of them out, you should. I suggest playing Resident Evil 5 before 6. If you don't, you'll get that whole you can't run and move and shoot at the same time like hindrance in your game that I had to fight through to enjoy Resident Evil 5, since I did play 6 before I played 5. But all in all, that's the reasons I shaved my beard off. It's kind of like trying to renew myself, and hopefully it's going to be off for at least a year, and I can be a new person. Thank you for watching my videos. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I hope you guys enjoy. If there's something you'd like to hear me talk about or a commentary topic, feel free to leave a message in the description. Hey fellas, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. Let's talk about some Call of Duty today. We're going to be playing some Raid here, because Raid's the most common gameplay you run into. But some new information was released about the 9-bang, flashbang, and the Night Owl perk. And if you're unfamiliar with these, you can find these both on Charlie Intel. I'll link in the description below for a full write-up. But the 9-bang is going to be like a grenade that has different powers. The way it works is something like this. It's generally just like a regular flashbang, but if you hold it or you cook it, you can cook it for an undetermined amount of seconds. I don't think they go over that in the article, and it will turn into an EMP grenade as well. So it'll be an EMP flash grenade, but you have to cook it after a certain amount of time. So you can throw it really quickly unaware, and it'll be just like a flashbang. And the longer you hold it, let's say you don't hold it long enough to cook it like it would be an EMP, the flash gets longer. So I don't know how this is going to affect differently. I know Activision has a horrible job in previous history with flashbangs, grenades, and things like that. Everybody remembers that flak jacket from Modern Warfare 3 was nothing like the flak jacket we know and enjoy from the Treyarch games. It was almost not even worth using at times. It did so very little. And I'm wondering if it's going to be tailored down to, like, if you throw the flashbang, it's going to be that initial, like, blind, come out, but after you hold it, it comes into a traditional black flashbang, and then if you cook it all the way, it turns into that EMP flashbang monstrosity that we're gonna fucking hate. I mean, I know I'm gonna hate it. I mean, but that's just me. But there is a counter to it. There's a few counters to it. One of the counters is actually one of the perks. It's called Tactical Resistance, and it basically resists flashbang, stuns, and EMP grenades. This is a good change because, one, nobody fucking use hardwire. Seriously. Like, how many people out there actually use the hardwire perk? I know I have a class for it for when it's really, really, really bad. But the thing with Black Ops 2 is if you take off that toughness perk, you're at a huge disadvantage in every gunfight that you get into. One of my personal opinions is that toughness was too good in this game. It was almost like a stopping power. You know, a lot of people didn't really relate to this, that toughness being stopping power. But how many classes can you actually play and not required to have toughness? If you go XM8 versus XM8 without toughness, you lose. You go SCAR without toughness, you lose versus every gun in the game. Some of the weapons could get away with it, sniper rifles and shotguns, but even then, toughness helps in case you want to pick up another weapon in that situation as well. I find toughness to be too good. Either that, toughness is either too good, or, you know, they really, 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 really overdid the weapon kickback for not having toughness. But you know, I guess it's a good thing that it's too good, because I'd rather have people, you know, kill me with a gunfight than have, like, for example, if toughness wasn't as good, cold-blooded would be my second choice of perk, and that would affect people running kill streaks such as the Lodestar and Dragonfire and things like that. On top of that, cold-blooded would be what you call the head glitch. What I like to call the head glitch kill streak, or perk. Because when I run cold-blooded, I do it on some classes. Some classes I go toughness cold-blooded. I do it because I want a head glitch. Like if I'm playing Raid right here, this is a cold-blooded toughness, you know, kind of situation. I don't think I have it on right here, but this is what's really good at it, because one, the target finder won't pick you out. Two, the MMS won't pick you out. And three, you know, it's just harder to do. Like, you won't spot people right across the map. So you just take the target finder away from people. You know, it's always good to have a cold-blooded class on, like, Nuketown, where you'll find a lot of light machine gun target finders. Now, some other perks. One, there's going to be a piece of equipment called the Tactical Mask. And the Tactical Mask, I'm assuming, is going to work something like Blast Shield. It don't say how it works in the article, but I'm assuming it's going to work like Blast Shield. Basically, Blast Shield from Modern Warfare 2, you put a mask on, protects you from explosives. Tactical Mask is going to do the same thing, but it's going to only work for the 9-bang equipment. Basically, it reduces the effect of the user versus 9-bang. So you could probably go toe and toe. You could put the tac resistance and the tac mask on and almost be impervious to 9-bang 100%. That would mean no EMP, no flashbang for you. And that would be good if you're wearing it and you want to be aggressive. Say you want to run a submachine gun, you want to throw that flashbang around corners, you want to get those people in the room. But I've always thought this: why haven't they implemented that in the game? But like back before, what you want to see in the next Call of Duty? I want to see wall hugging, throwing flashbangs into the room. Why can't I go up against the wall, throw a flashbang in without going in front of the door, and then go into the room itself? I know that's kind of unfair for a lot of people, but that will hinder some of the camping abilities and make people use other things and burn, points on perks they might not burn before. If that would become a huge case, more people will be putting on that tag mass perk, that tactical resistance perk, or running that trophy system, because the trophy systems are coming back as well. Another counter to the 9-bang. And then there's the kill streak, the Night Owl. Night Owl is a support kill streak. Support's gonna be really fucking annoying from the way it looks. And so here's what the Night Owl basically is a proximity mine, well, like a proximity sensor, kind of like in Modern Warfare 3. You kind of proximityed out and showed everybody around your area like a mini UAV. It also protects you from explosives, kind of like a trophy system. So whenever that Night Owl is up, that person will know who's around him, and you can't throw stuff at him. You have to beat him in a gunfight. One thing I'm worried about this perk is it sounds cool. It sounds like something I'd want to use. But I'm wondering if it's going to be just like the Dragonfire. The Dragonfire is such a good kill streak if it stays up. But I don't know if you guys remember, way back last November, Dragonfire was like a 2-shot kill. Now it's like a 4 or 5-shot kill, and even then, it's not that good compared to other things. And they always struggle with the hit detection on something that's manned, but it is what it is. I'm worried about the Night Owl being too weak, but I guess it's a free kill streak, so it can't be weak. Unless they take my advice on support kill streaks. Do you guys remember my advice on support kill streaks? The advice on support kill streaks was this. Instead of giving somebody a support kill streak, make it so their streaks last through each death, but every death takes 1 point away from your streak. Example, say you get on a 5 kill streak. You get 5 points towards your kill streaks, and that death puts you back to 4 points. This way, you can't go 6 and 18 and then drop a stealth bomber on me and ruin my kill streak. You have to be able to put kills together consistently. You have to be playing the objective consistently and effectively to be rewarded. That's just my opinion. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. This is my thoughts on the 9-bang. It did make an appearance in the campaign of Modern Warfare 3, but it never made the multiplayer. So yeah, more EMP goodness is going to come to you in the next edition of Call of Duty. And in my opinion, EMP is one of the things that ruined Black Ops 2 for me, or one of the things that I didn't like when I was playing Black Ops 2. But it's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi 5000. How do you feel about the EMP grenade and the flashbang? Do you think it's going to be a big factor into the next game? Let's talk about it in the description. Peace, people. Hey guys, I want to talk about Call of Duty. As you know, we've been playing Call of Duty for a long time now. I've been playing Call of Duty consistently on my channel for about 5 years now. And Mark Rubin, which is a producer at Infinity Ward, made a comment on the 17th of October and stated that the majority of people that play Call of Duty are not gamers. They play Call of Duty and Call of Duty only. So what does that mean to me? Well, I kind of agree with him. I do. A majority of people that play Call of Duty are not gamers. For example, let's take my buddy Stan. FPS Hillbilly. All he plays is Call of Duty. I've tried to get him to play other things. I've tried to get him to play Fallout. I got him to play The Hunted with me, which he had a good time playing. But he won't invest in any other time. Like, I even offered to loan him Fallout New Vegas on the Xbox 360 so he wouldn't have to pay the $10 to buy it, just so he'd have the ability to experience that game. Like, for me, Fallout is the pinnacle of the Xbox 360 experience. It's probably my favorite game on the console, and like that's the game I go back to 5 times a year. I mean, generally 5 times a year I beat Fallout New Vegas. Why? Because it's fun. But I can't help to feel like I used to be the same person Stan was. Well, I've always been a gamer. I mean, I started well before Call of Duty came out, but for a period, I was nothing but a Call of Duty guy. And why do I play Call of Duty? I mean, I have a unique taste in games. And my taste in games, I like to be able to have some sort of knowledge that somebody else might not have and have this extreme advantage over them. Be it, for example, last year, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, the field scientist. I was like the only motherfucker out there playing the field scientist, and I played it very well, and people were impressed enough to comment on how well I played the field scientist. Take it, Call of Duty itself. I started out as a major camper. Hell, I still camp today. Why? Because it's just the style I like to play. I've never had a good connection, and when I'm playing, you know, I like to do well. I don't really like to go, you know, 1 for 1. If I go 20-10, I feel like I haven't done anything. I like to do well. That's the goal I have when I play Call of Duty. And the way I play Call of Duty camping wise, it pretty much makes it so that I'm using the map to get an advantage over my enemies. Just like when I use the field scientist, I'm using their crowd control abilities to get control over the enemies. What's some other games that I enjoyed playing just recently? I loved DayZ. Why did I like DayZ? Well, I loved DayZ basically because me and Lefty had created a system of elaborate callouts, and we could coordinate our attack on other people, not the zombies, other people in the towns of Chernogorsk and Electra. This was amazing to me. Like, this is cool. I'm actually hunting people. It felt like I was hunting people in a zombie wasteland, and that was great. I was addicted to it. I get addicted to it. I sat there and played DayZ for like 8 hours a day. I played so much that Lefty didn't like it. Just like recently, I got back into Resident Evil 5, and I played Resident Evil 5 so much that I can feel that my partners that are playing with me are ready to quit way before I am. And then when they quit, I'm looking for a new partner. I just get addicted that way. Diablo 3. I like playing Diablo 3. When I play Diablo 3 hardcore, what do I play? I play hardcore mainly because I want to basically create the build, optimize the build enough that I never die. And that's why I like Diablo 3. It lets me show that I can build a build that I'll never die on. And it makes me feel good. But I think Mark Rubin's right. Call of Duty guys are not gamers. But on the flip side of it, it's going to ruin Call of Duty catering to people that aren't gamers. Because gamers see bullshit. Just like you and I, we see bullshit. Because people that watch YouTube videos, we're gamers, for the most part. I mean, there's probably 1 or 2 of you out there that just only plays Call of Duty strictly, that watches YouTube. But if you care enough about Call of Duty to want to watch Call of Duty videos, I feel like you're a gamer. And we care about little things like EMP grenades and 870 shotguns. Would you consider yourself a gamer? Let me know in the comment section below. You know, guys, some things kind of puzzled you in life. And the thing I want to talk about today is Bastard Brook. For those of you who don't know who Bastard Brook is, Bastard Brook was the boyfriend of my grandmother. And I want to say was, he hasn't died, but he is dying. Brook has what you call cirrhosis of the liver. And what does cirrhosis of the liver do? Well, what it does is your liver is pretty much shutting down. And in Brook's case, it was from a lifetime of drinking and consuming alcohol. Well, Brook was pretty much living with us until he died, pretty much. I mean, there wasn't a set date on it, but the doctor gave him something like 4 to 6 months if he continued to drink, which he did. But I have no fault in my own. I mean, everybody knows my own personal stories of my weight loss battle, and I understand addiction. I do. I don't resent the man for continuing to drink even after the doctor told him not to, because in a way, it's hard. But Brook did something the other day that was crazy. Brook was basically going back to Georgia to do a paint job. Brook, by trade, is a painter and a plumber. This is what he's done most of his life. But what he ended up doing is when he left to go on his Georgia trip, he broke into my grandmother's safe and stole $300 American. And it just goes to show you that you can't trust people. Brook, a person that we brought in from the streets, when we first met Brook, he was in Street Reach. Street Reach is a program that pretty much allows people to get back on their feet that are currently homeless. My grandmother met Brook at a bar, and eventually they hit it off, and she eventually moved him into her own house. So my grandmother, pretty much took this man in who was homeless and gave him a place to stay. Brook has never been very good in employment for the main reason he is an alcoholic. He is you can't trust him with vehicles, you can't trust him with money, and you can't trust him with any kind of free time in himself. One story is such as one of the times he was supposed to be painting a house, he went into one of the closets and went to sleep. Brook is just at that point in his life that he has checked out. Which, again, I understand about checking out. And, and that's one of the reasons we kept him around. People understand that, life can be tough sometimes and you don't make the best decisions all the time in your life. But there's a line that you can cross in every decision that you make. And I think stealing from us was the line that he crossed. Brook was pretty much the handyman around the house. He would, keep the grass cut. He would, paint what rooms need to be painted, things like that, in return for room and board. He didn't charge him any money. And my Uncle Stevie would constantly give him work as a helper painter, to keep money in his pocket, which he generally just spent on booze. Keep in mind, my grandmother didn't treat Brook as well as he should have been treated. My grandmother would almost extort Brook, like she would get other people's houses painted and she'd make him go paint it such and such, but Brook had nowhere to go. I think he looked at this opportunity as a chance to go back to his mother's house, which every time I've heard him talk about his mother, it wasn't in a very positive light. But I feel like he took this chance to go back to his mother's house, but for some reason he burnt a bridge doing it. That's one thing I don't like to do. I do not like burning bridges. I mean, I'm a very easygoing kind of guy. I don't get very mad at people for very long. I generally will give that second or third chance. I know I have that stance where I don't unblock people and I don't say I'm sorry. But generally the people that I don't unblock, I've unblocked 2 or 3 times, gave them 2 or 3 chances, and they do the same stuff again. People in this day and age will use you and use you up. And I don't want to be a user. A lot of people ask me, why don't you have Kyle or Woody help you grow? Well, first off, it's not Kyle or Woody's job to help me grow. It's my job to help me grow. I can ask for their advice. I can ask for, them to like a video here and there. But for the most part, they don't run my channel. I do. So, and I don't want to pretty much put it on them like they have to help me. Because that is unfair. That's unfair to them. That's unfair in general. For the most part, I'd much rather be their friend. And that's the case. That's why we've been friends for so long. We've been friends going on 5 years now. And you can give or take. And on a personal level, can you be friends with somebody on the internet? Which I personally think you can. I have better friends on the internet than I do in real life. You know why? My friends on the internet actually care about me. Where are my friends in real life at? Every time I have a friend in real life, they generally just ask me a favor or want to borrow money. I don't think any of my friends online have ever wanted to borrow money. Well, actually a couple times they've had, but that's here and there. Money is a universal problem that a lot of people have. I guess that's why televangelists roll. But I just don't understand why Brook would do it. Because Brook had a pretty good life. Most of his life consists of watching TV and, cutting the grass once a week. I mean, he pretty much just had no more responsibilities. I don't know if that didn't fulfill him as a person. I don't know if that didn't, excite him or challenge him. And I really don't know what Brook wants to do with his life. I don't. I hope him the best of help wherever he goes to find it. I'm not going to say Brook won't be back. I'm not. I'm not going to say that we take Brook back. I'm not saying that either. Only time can tell those sort of things. But I just want to go and let you guys know and kind of fill you in what's been going on. That bastard Brook is currently MIA. He's supposed to be doing a painting job and coming back within a week. He even said he was coming back in within a week, but somehow stole pain pills and money from my grandmother out of her safe. She has like one of those fire safes. It's a little thing that you can carry around that you would keep like a gun in or maybe money. I never understood the term of a fire safe. I mean, it only keeps like an honest person out. But most locks in general only keep honest people out. I've always tried to instill that into my mother. My mother is obsessed with locking a door. And I'm like, Mom, locking this door isn't going to do anything good. If somebody wants to get into this house, they can get into this house. I mean, our back sliding door is 100% person-sized glass. It's one of those sliding glass doors that, you know, if you broke out the glass, you could easily just step through it without any kind of fear. And boom, they're in the house. Locking a door only keeps an honest person out. That's the whole problem with locks. And really, most doors, like let's say like a house door. If somebody really wanted to get into you with a locked house door and you were there, all they got to do is hook a truck up to it and rip it off the hinges. There was a show I watched called Doomsday Bunkers, and it actually showed the faults of a standard house door. You know, they're $200-300 at times, but the fact is, you could take a 2x4 and run through most of them. Not a very good door to keep somebody out. Doors are pretty much artificial barriers. Just like that tin right there is an artificial barrier. But that's another video in itself. I want to go ahead and talk about the kit I'm using here, for those who've made it this far. Normally I like to use toughness on every kit I use. I'm playing domination by myself here, and I find it very frustrating to play domination by myself, mainly because you always get the team stacked against you. Eventually you get that 2 or 3 guys that play the objective, and then you compliment them playing the objective so they stay in. And then eventually you get put with a team of split screeners, and it gets frustrating. But with that aside, I feel like playing with 1 or 2 people is more fun. To play domination, it's got me a little bit more intrigued or interested in the domination game itself. Generally, I'm on autopilot playing domination games. But toughness is usually what I run. But I decided to put scavenger on here to kind of like guard flags, because I was pretty much in full-blown camper mode. But it worked out really well. I mean, I guess toughness just doesn't help the XM8 too much. I mean, I wouldn't go play League Play with the XM8 without toughness. But I feel like you can get away with scavenger or like fast hands with the XM8 on a regular pub setting if you really wanted to. But I wouldn't do it against really strong players, if that makes sense. But it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Thank you guys for watching my video. Thank you for being concerned with my life. Share it with your friends, and always keep enjoying the videos. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi 5000. I almost dropped 70 kills in this domination game, and I thought that was pretty cool. Peace, people.
Securing Charlie. We lost that round, but it's not over yet. Prepare yourself.
Hey, unlimited UAV. Hey, good job, dude.
What's up, fellas? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a gameplay here. This is me playing solo on domination on the map Meltdown, and I ran into a guy named Get Past Kid. I mean, his name itself kind of makes it feel like it's almost allude to just somebody that's very cocky in his game mannerisms. I mean, I was very nice to the kid the entire time. I was feeling pretty mellow. And I actually ended up getting a friend out of this series of games. This is the same series of games that I put my last video up. If you haven't seen it yet, there goes Bastard Brook Stole Something. You should check that out. It'll most likely be in the sidebar there. But this guy was, you know, taking it to me the entire time. And what ended up happening is I think I played like 12 games in this series. And this is the second game of the series. The first one he walked into was the end of the last one where I dropped like 70 kills, and he instantly came into the lobby and pointed me out. That's why he pretty much said what he did. It's like, hey, Wings, good job. But for the most part, my entire team wasn't doing very well. I think I was the only person positive on my team. I think everybody else was like 1.5 or even close to double negative. And the first round, I did a good bit of flag capping. I was trying to get the A cap and trying to stagger them. I find that staggering people when you're playing by yourself helps a lot. What I mean by stagger is like grab the flag or go behind them and just be reckless. I mean, sometimes you got to play that reckless assassin person, and that's the way I did it in this game. But what ended up happening was I kind of lucked out. For the first part of the round here, I was outnumbered, but I had a guy come in that played really good objective. I forgot his name. It was Red something. But he didn't do very well KD, but he played the shit out of him in objective, and he stayed in for a long time. I mean, I even complimented. Right there is Rubin McRed. That's the guy's name. He plays the shit out of some objective, and like he's the kind of player that I like to have on my teams. You know, a guy that's, even though he's not doing very well, he plays the objective and he plays it smartly. And what do I mean by playing it smart? He doesn't go out there and die 3 or 4 times in a row. What he'll do is he'll just kind of sit back, relax, and you know, he'll get the effective flag caps. And a flag cap ain't worth shit unless you actually get it itself. So what I ended up doing was I ended up doing what I like to do best, which is kind of like fade in between 2 flags and kind of play them both off. Just like I said before, I have this grenade on to try to just weaken them up before then. Like here's a good example of grenade. Ooh, pop it out. There it is, get a kill, save the flag itself. And I end up getting C forward. Oh, but it is what it is. What did I want to talk about in this game itself? I wanted to talk about video games in general. Like I've been recently replaying Dragon Age Origins. And Dragon Age Origins is a game that's always held deep in my heart. In my opinion, I think there's 2 games out there that has the title for me personally. There's probably plenty of games out there that I don't like the story. Somebody else might buy it differently than me. But personally, my top 2 games story-wise are Dragon Age Origins and BioShock Infinite. I feel like these 2 games are the pinnacle of the best story that you can actually put out there. And I kind of lead Dragon Age a little bit higher than it, mainly off of personal preference, because Dragon Age makes me cry every time I watch it, whereas BioShock Infinite, I've seen it twice now, the ending, and like I felt like it was one of those mind-blowing endings, kind of like Fight Club or like The Sixth Sense. It's just like, wow, I didn't see that shit coming at all. And it was really one of those astounding endings, and it was very well done. BioShock Infinite is probably easily the best of the BioShock series. Well, at least it's my personal favorite, but I didn't really like the other 2 BioShocks any. But that's just me. What I didn't like about the other BioShocks was it just felt like the guns weren't strong enough. Like for example, you always feel like you were out of ammunition. It was very hard to actually shoot anything. I don't know. That's another topic another day. I didn't get in BioShock until BioShock Infinite. And then there's the back to the matter about the DLC with BioShock Infinite. Like, am I going to purchase the DLC with BioShock Infinite? I want to, but like I was talking to my buddy Thomas, and he said like the first DLC is nothing but like an add-on for like a place to stash stuff. I'm like, I don't want that. So I guess the second DLC is the way to go. Return to Rapture. I might even do like an LP of Return to Rapture. What do you guys think about that? Either way, I come back, I get 1 extra flag cap, which is the initial one, but I end up scoring 6 more defends. And you can see Ruby Red and the C-Emptive 262 guy, they came in strong with the objective on the next second round. I don't think how many caps did they have? The CMT had 4 caps that game, and Ruby Ray got 5, and he came in late. So yeah, big ups to those 2. What do you guys think? You guys want to see an LP of Rapture? What's up, fellas? You ever heard of the channel Nukem Dukem? That's our sponsor for this week. Check out this video clip. Kind of awesome, right? For more great content, make sure you click the annotation above. And if anything else, further ado, on to the video, my friends.
I'm gonna go out there and check them out. I did. I was gonna, if they jumped in, I was gonna fight them.
You ready to fight?
I'm ready to fight them. Yeah, see there?
Come here, stop.
Ready to fight the shit out of them.
Hand shaking, got that adrenaline going, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready. I won't let the boys jump out of that car. I'm gonna stomp them in the dirt. I don't think I'll stomp them in the dirt. He's crazy as heck. Got on my hand. I'd show their asses.
I'm about to make a run to take her. I might have to drive him back, but I'm about to make a run.
Huh? Where you at?
Don't get on that road.
I'm about to run, Tabor.
Don't get on that road.
You just wait. I'm about to run, Tabor. Cody ain't done him. I should have brought him with me when I came the first time.
You go back to Taylor?
Yeah, I'm going to back Tabor.
God, man. I wouldn't go back to Tabor. That's a long way, so that's wasting gas.
I ain't worried about it.
You want me to go with you?
I'm gonna punch her window and a car out and everything. Now she wouldn't even get out of the car, but they're talking about they gonna come back when she has a boyfriend.
What do you guys think about the situation?
I don't care.
I don't care about it.
It would have been funny to see that girl get out of the car, though.
What do you want happen?
Of course, I want Taylor to beat her ass, but she was scared.
I think we should fill them in. You want to fill them in what's happening?
Well, Taylor and Cody have been dating 4 months, and they're so in love, but they feel like they need time apart. And another girl came and brought Cody to get his stuff.
So they're taking a separation, and it looks like Cody's got him another horse, huh?
I guess so.
Would you do something like this, Ken?
I already did.
You already done something like this?
He just brought Charlie with him.
I got some news too. Other than the drama you see going around the house. I got some news too, other than the drama you see going around the house. Hopefully, I got another person interested in buying the Ford truck. But this one's a little sketchy. And this is going to cost cash. And what they're doing is they want me to meet them halfway. They live in Savannah, Georgia. They want to meet me in Bowman, South Carolina. And they want to do this Friday. If they like the truck, we're going to do all the bank stuff that day and hopefully get it done with. So as it sits right there, that's that. But this mess got a little some fighting, son. You know, people, I don't like to claim I'm a redneck, but I'm a redneck and determined that I love to see a motherfucker fight. You want to throw down? This could be your arena right here. And I'll guarantee I'll watch that motherfucker. Hey fellas, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. In this gameplay here, there's a guy on my team. His name is Afro Man and some series of numbers. And he basically told me the reason he weren't playing the objective last game was because he was sniping. And he went too negative because he was sniping. So I'm like, dude, anybody can sit in the back and snipe and do better than too negative. So he challenged me to do it, and this is what came of it. I really play the objective super hard. I mean, my win-loss was upwards of 14. Well, now it's like 5.7 because in the last month or so, I've just stopped caring. I just stopped caring about it and just started playing. Been playing by myself without parties and things of that nature. And like, if I get bullshitted on, I leave. That's just the way it is. I feel it's time to kind of reminisce on Black Ops 2 a little bit. And give my honest opinion of the game. It's pretty much ran its life cycle now. We're 2 weeks out from Call of Duty Ghost and going into the next Infinity Ward. Generally pile of shit. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Infinity Ward Call of Duties at all. I mean, I feel like they're really centered around new players and attracting new people to buy the game, which is good in a social sales standpoint. But as a player, as a guy that constantly plays these games, elements that bring new players are elements that I hate in the game. For example, Nuketown 2025, Hijacked. These are two of the maps I detest. And why do I detest them? Because they add that random element to the game. But this is me bitching about Call of Duty, which I normally do. So, like your Big Daddy Thunder, I'm going to bitch about me some Call of Duty here. I liked Black Ops 2. I do. I love Black Ops 2 a whole lot more than I like Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, I made it to 7th Prestige on one console, and I think I made it to 5th Prestige on the other console. I did not like the game one bit. I did not find it fun. It wasn't entertaining. I didn't enjoy it, and that could have been a multitude of reasons, mainly because I was in that try-hard mode like 24/7, and I didn't really try to play it with friends. But on the flip side, it wasn't a very enjoyable game. Black Ops kind of broke me back into Call of Duty. I played Black Ops 2 a hell of a lot more than I ever played Modern Warfare 3. That being detested, I'm pretty much Master Prestige on both consoles. I say pretty much because I'm like 3 levels short on PlayStation. I just got to get on PlayStation and finish it up. I'll do that before the next 2 weeks is out. And so I played this a great deal more. And I think a lot of that, in a way, was league play. I went through kind of sections of the game by myself. I started out like I normally do, playing TDM and Domination as my core game. I play it with a bunch of friends, just trying to learn the guns, learn the maps, learn the PowerPoints. And from there, and you know, my initial phase is to pad the stats. That's the goal out the gate. I want to pad the stats to the point that when I start, you know, attempting to do the other stuff, it's not going to make me look like this horrible player. So my pad the stats stage goes by, and then I get into league play. You know, league play was a big thing going into Black Ops 2. So I got into league play, and my first stage of league play was Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch league play was a fan favorite of mine. They eventually took it out, but I loved it. I loved every aspect of it. A lot of people don't like Team Deathmatch, and I think Team Deathmatch in this game itself is the worst incarnation of Team Deathmatch has ever been, mainly because the kill streaks are so nerfed in it. I feel like Arms Race, which is a game mode they came out with for like a month, was a much more fluid and a more fun version of TDM, and the way TDM should have actually been. But all that aside, league play TDM. I loved facing good people in TDM. Why? Because it makes a standoff. Where the objective is kills, I feel like that is where the game shines the most. When every death, you know, counts, and you see these strategies come out, and you see the flaws of the game come out. What is the big flaw of this game? It was the riot shield. The riot shield was a huge mess up. Being able to plant it into the ground created strategies that were almost impossible to beat in TDM, and it was fun to set that stuff up. Everybody had you had what you called shield offs. We had 2 master ranked teams that would just shield off against each other. Very fun games, very boring to watch. That's probably why I didn't ever bring you guys any of them, but loved that aspect of it. And then I quickly moved into championship league play because people eventually started bitching about me playing Call of TDM league play. So I moved into champion, got master in that, and I really enjoy champion league play as well. Hated hardpoint to begin with, but it slowly won me over. I'm still not a big hardpoint fan, and I feel like the hardpoint in itself wasn't the problem. What was the problem was the EMP grenades. And I was talking to a buddy of mine on my Xbox friends list, and he says he never gets hit with EMP grenades. So I guess it's based on my playstyle more than anything else. But EMP grenades are something I run into a lot. Anytime that I'm doing bad, I can contribute a lot of it to just EMP grenades span fest. Maps like Hijack, maps like Nuketown, when you have somebody on the other team that understands EMP grenades and they want to throw them, it makes the map very frustrating. Like there, right there, boom, 1 EMP grenade right out the gate. It makes it very frustrating to play the map, and it takes a lot of the enjoyability out of the map. That with the H70 shotgun and the random spawns, this is why this is my lowest KD Call of Duty to date. I think my KD is like 2.42, maybe it's even 2.41. right now, but that's the smallest KD I've had in Call of Duty since 2008, and prior to that it was like 1.4. But that's when I started actually playing for KD and stopped sniping. But on the flip side of it, there's things I did enjoy about the game. I did enjoy that assault rifles had a good section, had a good balance with the submachine guns. I never felt like a submachine gun outpowered the assault rifles in every category, and I felt like they were almost evenly matched in a close to medium range engagement, and even long range fights you could lose to SMGs such as the MSMC. And I really enjoyed the gun balance. I enjoyed that the light machine guns were really strong. I really enjoyed the target finder sight, even though a lot of people don't like it. I really like the target finder sight. Adjustable stock, in my opinion, is something that needs to go, but it probably won't go because it's become a fan favorite all of a sudden. But with adjustable stock, there comes a new line of play, and you kind of got to adjust to it. And it's just a big change, and it's the change that was originally issued in Modern Warfare 3. And I think it was one of the main reasons I didn't like Modern Warfare 3 as much was the Stalker perk, and that with the lag compensation. Lag compensation in Modern Warfare 3 and this game itself was something new to the series. Not new to the series like it's never been there, but they changed it. It was different. I don't know what happened with it, but they've done something different with this game versus Call of Duty 4. And I feel like it was for the worst in, gunfight ability. What would I like to see Call of Duty come back to? I played Black Ops 1 the other day, and I picked up an assault rifle, and it took me like 4 or 5 shots to kill somebody. And I felt like I always was living in those games. I wish the Call of Duty would go back to that. Get away from the weapons with no recoil. Come back to the weapons with plenty of recoil and, bullet management and, positioning and tactics and using maps for strong points. Quit having maps that have 100% free flow ability. Like, for example, Hijack right here. Like, you see there's a little hatch you can get under. There's a door. There's another door to the right up here. I mean, there's always like 3 or 4 entrances to every room. And, I wish they would create more power points in the map and things of that nature. But Call of Duty as a whole, I feel like Black Ops 2 was a good entry of the series. I don't think it was the worst of the series, not by a long shot. I think Call of Duty 3 still takes the cake for that. And then Modern Warfare 3 shortly after that. But we'll see what Call of Duty Ghost has in store for us. I don't feel like there's a lot of hype going into Ghost, but I assume that it's still going to be the best selling of the series, mainly because they're going to be selling 2 copies to a lot of people. And yeah, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi5000. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more videos of me ranting, please let me know in the comment section below. Follow me on Facebook if you haven't done it already. I'm out.
Hey, what's up guys? I want to tell you about a new feature on AOL on Originals. It features Dylan Kwasniewski. Roll the clip.
I'm thinking smart.
No, you're thinking like a teenager.
Because I'm a teenager.
Hey guys, Dylan's only 18 and he's the Justin Bieber of NASCAR. If you want to watch Flat Out, it's a series featured on AOL on Originals. You get to see the NASCAR lifestyle, the training regimen, and all the crazy behind-the-scenes camera action. Click the annotation above to see first episode. Hey guys, greetings and salutations. This is Perfect Defense on Mirage. Use it for the week and a half you have left, for how many ever people play Mirage. I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about PKA. Come to our attention that a lot of people made fun of me for the money idea from PKA and that it would never work. Well, it's not that it would never work. It's worked twice. Literally, look it up. Abraham Lincoln with the Greenbacks and Andrew Jackson. Let's talk about Andrew Jackson for a second. I don't know if a lot of people understand who he is, other than being the guy on the $20 bill. Andrew Jackson was a patriot. He was a guy that did what he needed to do to get the country done. I mean, he pretty much had one of the most embarrassing moments in the United States history with a thing called the Trail of Tears, where he basically forced Indians of Georgia, Tennessee, and I think one other state to move off of their land into a Indian territory. And he did this by force. But why was Andrew Jackson so great? Well, Andrew Jackson was great because he pretty much got us out of the United States debt. He got us away from the banks and got the United States out of debt. He's one of 2 presidents ever to get us back to owing nobody any money. Bill Clinton was one of them, and Andrew Jackson was the other. That's why Andrew Jackson is on the $20 bill, and that's why Bill Clinton to this day is still a major player in the U.S. political system. When you need to get hostages out of North Korea, you send in Slick Willie. You don't send in Obama. You don't send in George Bush. You send in a guy who knows how to get shit done. And that's what Bill Clinton is. And I almost want to go on a rant about how the United States has this, double moral system. But let's not go there. What I want to talk about is the fact of, studying topics. For those of you who don't watch videos regularly, or maybe catch an occasional video from time to time, I have to do a lot of topics throughout the week. Even lately, when I haven't been doing a whole lot of YouTube videos, I think my YouTube video count is something like 40 or 50 a month right now. But still, that's more than one a day, and that's considered slow for me. But I have to do a lot of topics. I also have a 4-hour podcast. There's another podcast that lasts an hour and a half, 2 hours. Sometimes I'm on Wednesdays. It's called the Crewcast. I have that. Topics galore. And I'm not trying to say there's a bevy of topics out there. But sometimes you want to do something interesting, and you've run out of interesting shit that you know about a long time ago. And that is basically what happened to me. I ran out of stuff to talk about a while back versus what I'm doing now, which is, trying to find something like chaos theories. Chaos theories, we pretty much spend one day each week. We look up a topic, we learn everything we can about it, and then we just talk about it. That's what chaos theories was. It was a successful series, and people loved it to death. But like for PKA, for example, you're always on toes to keep coming up with stuff. For me personally, I feel like PKA is too long. I do. I've addressed this with Woody and Kyle. I feel like we should go back to 2 hours and just have a 2-hour show that's regimented, and then you can do smart topics that can stay on thing. But dragging it on 4 hours, it really gets answers like that. And a lot of people don't understand that. Sometimes I play all the time. I'm usually trying to make the show fun. You have different aspects of what the channel should be, or what PKA should be, and they're all kind of clashing at the same time. But for the most part, I want PKA to be a fun experience. I want it to. When I originally envisioned Painkiller already, I envisioned me, Kyle, and Woody hanging out, and every now and then inviting somebody else to hang out with us and just talk, because I feel like this is what people want to see. People want to see us. People want to see us hanging out. They want to see our thought process. They want to see us in an uncensored area that isn't a structured YouTube video that we can just stop, cut back, and delete voices and footage. And sometimes thoughts aren't always, explained in the best way. Me personally, I have a self-diagnosed learning disability. I don't really have a disability, but if I don't say something right away, I forget it almost instantly. I don't know what it is. Like I have so much trouble with my short-term memory. It's ridiculous, and it's something that's plagued me most of my life. Like I can remember, I don't know, the song lyrics from a song from my childhood, but if you tell me to remember like 4 numbers for the next 15 seconds, I can't do it. I gotta write it down, and generally in PKA I don't write shit down. So there's a lot of topics that I've lost on PKA because Kyle and Woody kind of stretch their answer out of whatever they're talking about, and I just simply forget it. So I generally blurt out a lot, and you know that's part of my trait. And you know, a lot of people consider me stupid because of it. I don't consider myself stupid in any manner, in any sense of the way. I generally learn how to make money by being ahead of the curve, and that's what I exactly do with YouTube. You know, even though it's waning now, I hopefully something else will come along like YouTube. And go down that route. But if you're at the point where you're doing something like YouTube, even people that's doing it after the fact, you're not dumb either. You know why you're not dumb? You're doing something called see, this right here is an example of I knew what I wanted to say just a minute ago, and now I can't remember it. Entrepreneurial. You're being entrepreneurial, and can't be dumb for being. I've never seen an entrepreneur that was just dumb. I've seen people make bad investments, but being dumb is somebody that just sits back and waits for somebody else to do everything for them. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm 95,000. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Hey guys. Yeah. Yeah, I'm real nervous today. It's currently Sunday. It's about 6 o'clock. I haven't really done a video in the last 2 or 3 days, so I figured I'd go ahead and do one. Just a little update video. And going to Kyle's tomorrow. Yeah, it's a scary feeling. I've been homebody most of my life, and I really struggle with, you know, being out of a comfort zone. But at the same time, I've come to the conclusion that being sick to your stomach means you're doing the right thing. I guess everything that you know is going to be a change, you're uneasy with, and I find myself more so every day struggling with things that are changes in my life. And yeah, hopefully it's all for the better. Had a huge relief come off of me. I ended up selling the black truck, and it's almost like being reborn. I mean, seriously. Those of you out there that haven't been in debt or any kind of debt, don't. There's a couple things that I've learned in my life. I think I've shared these things before, but I'm going to share them again. 1, it's easy to get somebody to spend somebody else's money. 2, never go in debt for anything over $2,500. Just don't do it. I feel like if you want to go out there and get a Best Buy card or something like that, don't go anything higher than $2,500 on credit. Don't buy a car on credit. Don't. You might have to buy a house, because I don't know too many people nowadays that can save up the $300,000 or $400,000 they would like for a house. Keep in mind, I'm using the market around here, and around here, for example, that house right there would be about $250,000 to $300,000. I don't know what that would be in your neighborhood, but that's what one of them cost around here. Like this house, my house personally, this with the acre of land, it costed us something along the lines of $56,000. It's just cheaper to live down here, but the money's also really a lot worse around here. For example, like a good paying job around here is like $15 an hour. If you have a $15 an hour job, you're doing pretty well for yourself. Most jobs that you're going to get around here is going to be around $8 to $9 an hour. That's for, you know, unskilled labor. And, you know, stuff like a cop or a firefighter around here is going to make anywhere from $12 to $14 an hour. But it is what it is. And like I think Lefty asked a question just the other night, that does it seem like Woody is more excited to go to Kyle's than me? And like, I'm excited, but at the same time I'm scared. Where Woody doesn't have this scared mentality, I guess, because he's done it more and he's more numb to it. I'm not the kind of person that jumps on a plane and gets slingshot across America. I'm not the kind of guy that makes rash decisions and stuff like that. I am the kind of dude that, you know, gets sick to his stomach when he spends more than $1,000. Like Xbox One, for example, I haven't even bought it yet because I'm scared to invest $500. You know, it might sound stupid since I've had so many vehicles, but like the Tahoe, for example, I got pressured into that one. The white Ford was something I bought. I bought the Ford wrong because I bought the white one because I didn't want to spend the money for the black one, and then ended up buying the black one anyway. And you know, at the end of the day, you learn a lesson in life, and I feel like I have an advantage because I learned that lesson so early. But at the same time, I feel that, you know, privileged to still be learning lessons. I mean, yeah. I have trouble communicating sometimes, and through my trouble of communicating, a lot of it I want to chalk up to being lazy. Yeah, I suck. I miss out on things. You know, I put things off. One of the big things I have with myself is I'll ignore things that overwhelm me. Like, for example, if something's really too hard, I'll ignore it 100%. And, yeah. You never stop learning. You never stop learning in life. I feel like today I'm a stronger person than when I was in my prime. And I feel like today I still make better videos than when I was in my prime. Even though they're not, most people would agree they're not that much better. But at the same time, I'm just going to say it. I'm sitting there crying for a reason. Yodi Slayer did die. And even though I wasn't the greatest of friends with him, I mean, like, I just didn't know the man. But I did talk to him. And I wasn't in his inner circle, but I was a very good acquaintance of him. And it affects me on the level of, wow. Because what a lot of people didn't know about Brian was, obviously, he strove to be a good father, and he had a little bit of an alcohol problem. And, you know, I've heard people say malicious things about him, and like he was a bad person because of it. And I don't think making mistakes makes you a bad person. I don't care what level of magnitude of mistake you make. I think track records make you a bad person. More so on than things. And it hit me in so many different angles. And it's going to seem nerdy. But I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age Origins lately. I actually just 100% of the game. And it's a game that came out in 2009 by BioWare, if you never played it. But in the game itself, they have a guy named Terran Logain. And Logain turns his back on the Grey Wardens, which are the main protagonists in the game. And in doing this, he ends up killing an entire army, plus the King of Ferelden, in launching a civil war. Well, you pretty much hate the guy the entire game. He's this horrible, horrible person. But toward the end of the game, you have a chance to make him a Grey Warden yourself. And he made a bad decision and as a whole and ended up killing Kaelin. But he wasn't a bad person. He was doing what he thought he was doing what he thought he did right, and he did it wrong. And it almost cost the entire country of Ferelden because of it. And I don't think anybody's inherently evil. I think people get in circumstances that make them evil. But This is me being an optimist. Am I excited to go to Kyle's house? Yes. Am I nervous? Yes. I'm afraid that I'll give up. I'm afraid that it'll be too hard. I'm afraid that I can't handle being hungry and sore for a month. There's all these variables that I don't know, but I am willing to try.
Let's not fool each other. My joining the Grey Wardens was a death sentence. If I survived the joining, it seems only fitting that it can be because I was destined to perish here. Good, I was hoping that there would be no argument. I salute you. You have defeated the Blight before it could truly begin. My only regret is that my foolishness almost prevented you from doing so. I do my duty now as I always have, with all my heart.